barbecue. And you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Scattered light rain showers. It's 59 at Pittsburgh International at 10 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. First responders were called to the scene of a fatal accident last night on the Boulevard of the Allies. The collision between a vehicle and a motorcycle happened just after 9:30 p.m., not far from UPMC Mercy. A Clareton man riding the cycle was taken to the ER in grave condition. 33-year-old Dante Hairston died a short time later. Officials in Cecil Township are considering changing the rule that dictates where fracking wells can be built. Right now, wells can be built no closer than 500 feet from homes, but some residents want that distance increased to 2,500 feet. Board of Supervisors Chair Tom Cacciola told KDKA-TV that's not feasible.
We're looking to stay within the parameters of the law. We can't make it so far that the residents are asking for, like 2,500 feet, because that would basically ban it.
Cacciola says increasing the setback to 1,500 feet would leave just over 1% of the township available for fracking. A public hearing will come before a final decision. A bus company is laying off dozens of workers in Westmoreland County. KDKA's Rob Taylor has details.
The bus company is First Student, and the Post-Gazette reports the company is expected to lay off 253 workers at its Greensburg and Allentown facilities. 80 of those workers are employed in Greensburg, and the layoffs are expected to be permanent as of June 30th. Company's regional HR manager says the bus company lost the Hempfield Area School District contract, which is a major cause of the layoffs. Rob Taylor, News Radio, KDKA.
Pittsburgh is about to get its first Shake Shack. The chain says its Strip District location will open on Monday, May 20th at the Terminal Building in the 1700 block of Smallman Street. The chain is best known for smash burgers and milkshakes. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 80 points at 39,137. The Nasdaq is down 16 points, and the S&P is up 3. KDKA Sports. After weeks of speculation, the Pirates are calling up pitching phenom Paul Skeens from Indianapolis. News Radio KDKA Susie Cool has more.
In 7 starts with AAA Indianapolis, righty hurler Paul Skeens has absolutely dominated this season. A .99 ERA, 45 strikeouts, 98 of his 422 pitches hitting triple digits. A slider he throws 25.1% of the time. And sports director for 93.7 The Fan, Jeff Hathorn, told the Big Game Morning Show that Skeens is ready.
He's ready. Let's go. Let's bring him up. There's a need. Now it's to the point, and I think it's just part of the plan. They were, as they said often during this process, that they needed to check boxes. And Saturday, he'll check that big box.
Pirates fans, get ready because Skeens is scheduled to make his MLB debut on Saturday at PNC Park against the Chicago Cubs. First pitch is set for 4:05. Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. KDKA Radio News Time, 10:03. Overcast skies, it's 59 at Pittsburgh International. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
A Ron Pratt for Gene Sains in the Strip since 1931. Quality upholstery and draperies at a fair price all these years. And you know, they've been listening to me for years, and I've been hearing about them for years. They're all about quality, and they know Hunter Douglas blinds. First sale ever of this magnitude, blinds up to 20% off. 10 days only, May 9th through the 20th. 412-471-8224, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4, or by appointment to accommodate your schedule. And if you want to learn more, go to GeneSainsWindowFashions.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking.
I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIMO for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIMO for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIMO.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, Papa Bowser and Genesis. Kathy, what's up?
And Marty, traffic around the area is in pretty decent shape, but we do have a lot of crews out there doing work. And one spot is over on the eastbound side of Business 376, and this is between Floggerty Run Road and International Drives behind the airport there. So we do have some slow-moving traffic with that lane restriction. Also, we have crews doing some work over on 79 as you make your way northbound around the Heidelberg interchange, so watch for lane restriction there. And of course, we have traffic work, some construction working over on Ardmore Boulevard as you make your way over to the Parkway East, and that's slowing traffic down on that westbound side. With AAA Traffic, I'm Kathy Bergman on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy today with periods of rain. It'll be much cooler than recent days, high just 62. Occasional rain and drizzle tonight, though 51. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with a shower or two, high only near 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Father Tom Burke in the Diocese of Pittsburgh. Join me for Catholic Education Plus this Sunday morning at 6:30 as we spotlight our Catholic schools and faith formation programs. Catholic Education Plus is sponsored by Sam and Judy Spanos and the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh.
It's the Big K Big Three.
Brought to you by New Flow Men's Health. The biggest 3 stories of the day on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Big story here. I love what we're about to hear, folks. Republicans, in fact, my favorite female politician in America. My favorite politician in America on the phone. We're going to talk to her live. Making a difference, putting money in your pocket. This is what it's about. I'm going to give you the number of the Burgettstown School District, and I want you to flood their phones and tell them they're jagoffs. All right? That's what we're going to do this morning. We're going to do something productive. Patrick, please do me a favor. Find the number for Burgettstown School District, and we're going to call them jagoffs today. Maybe Kim Ward will do it, too. Also, we're going to talk about the death penalty and how it's a waste of time and money and just posturing by politicians. But right off the top, no posturing here. Good news and great stuff. Kim Ward, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. I'm always happy to be with you, Marty. You're my favorite radio talk show host in the whole country.
We go way back. Seriously. Legit way back.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We did.
We just had an anniversary of the campus police bill. We just had that anniversary.
How long ago was that?
A couple of days ago.
How long ago was that?
5 years. 5 years, maybe?
We've been doing stuff together, get Marty stuff for at least 15 years. She gives a damn.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what. Here's what's amazing about Kim Ward. She's kicking ass against annoying, arrogant, out of control men. And it's a fact. And she's done it for years. How do you manage that? Honestly, how do you manage that? Because men are jagoffs. How do you do it?
That term is so 70s.
It is.
It's just like, I'm cracking up here.
It's the best.
A lot of the men that I work with, there are some that are arrogant, but a lot of the men I work with are really good guys.
Good.
Or they're afraid of me, one or the other. I don't know.
I think I'm afraid of you. You're feisty. Hey, all right, let's talk about what you accomplished here. Enough of the pontificating on my part. You did a hell of a thing. Let's talk about this because it means a lot to a lot of people, Kim.
It does. It's historic, and what we did was pass a bill out of the Senate and it was a bipartisan passing of the bill that lowered the personal income tax. I don't know that it's ever been lowered, all the way down to 2.8 from 3.07, and the gross receipts tax, which is on everybody's electric bill.
Yep.
And it may not be huge on some of your personal electric bills, but the reason that the Republican caucus picked those two bills is because it affects the broadest number of people in the Commonwealth. So, there are other taxes, but these taxes affect everybody, small business, families, even big business when it comes to the gross receipt tax. And that's all good because we have a terrible business climate here. We have a terrible tax climate here. Our families are struggling. I go to the grocery store every week, a couple times a week, and I think, how can people who are on the edge afford to buy these products?
So true.
This food, it's expensive.
It's true.
Expensive.
So I love this for several reasons. First of all, it saves money, but I'll tell you what irritates me. Why the hell isn't the news media covering this? Why isn't this all over the news? Why, Kim? Why? Because it's good news. Why? Tell me why. It's important stuff.
Because, I'm not sure why they're not picking this up. Maybe they think it's never going to go. I think that if the Democratic-controlled House would bring this up for a vote, it will go. And the governor's out there doing things and, saying, I did the child care tax credit, I gave the senior citizens, but actually that was work that we did and we led with and we negotiated in the Republican caucus. He got to sign the bill. Congratulations, you get to sign a bill that we did the work for. Right. But that's beside the point. But that's what's happening now in the media. That's what they're covering now. So,
Senator Pro Tem Kim Moore, the most powerful woman in the state in my book. So if this happens, how much would your average family save in terms of taxes?
So we think, and we're still trying to get to the actual number, but we think on average $250.
Nice.
So that is food, that are shoes for your kids, that could be their family's electric bill, that could be the family's paying for their kids to be in clubs and sports. So it means something. Instead of spending it, because spending it and then continuing to spend at that number, we will have to raise the taxes and do things to continue that spend. Just give it back. Maybe it's not $10,000, but give it back.
Right.
We have those reserves because people paid taxes, and that's why we have those reserves. So let's give it back.
And Kim Moore, you said something poignant in its fact. We have poor economic growth here. We're losing population here. Anything we can do to make it easier for business and people to live here, we got to do as soon as possible, do we not?
Yes, and this even affects your investments. I mean, it affects everything across the board, this PIT. It's really, really a positive thing. And maybe people will want to move here or they'll want to stay here because they see us making a move to bring some relief to our overburdensome tax problems here. And, regulations next. We got to take care of that. But, yeah.
All right,
I'm happy. I'm just so happy.
This is what I love about live talk radio. So this comes in from one of my dear friends who's an insanely successful businessman, Jeff Cohen. She's so right. The GRT tax is awful. This is a great thing for small business. That's what you're trying to do, aren't you, Kim?
Yes. We're trying to help everybody. This gross receipts tax, this PIT, it helps families. It helps small business. And those small businesses that employ people. And it affects, big business with the with the gross receipts tax. That helps everybody. These are broad tax cuts, and it would be something that we could all, in both parties, be proud of if we could get this across the line. So we need the House, we need the Democratic leadership in the House to bring it up. We had bipartisan support in the Senate. We had 8 Democrats vote with us. And they only need 1 or 2 in the House because that's all they're up by. That's a really close.
Tell us what folks need to do to make sure this happens. What do they need to do?
Call their state representatives, especially like if you're in the city or you have somewhere where you got Beaver County, you have Cambria County, you have some of those places where you have Dems that are not on the liberal side of thing, and ask them to go push their leadership to vote, to bring this up for a vote. Bring it up. If they bring it up, it passes.
State Senator Kim Moore, the most powerful woman in Harrisburg, quite frankly. Kim, what's your status with the governor? What's he saying these days to you? When's the last time you talked to him about this in particular?
No, we didn't talk about this in particular. We haven't talked about this, and he made a statement that was just, not for it or against it. He's really good at that. But, we haven't talked about this. He's in the district I serve today. I'm at away on a Senate business, so I couldn't be there, but he's in my district today. So
I don't,
we'll see.
I've known you for years. You don't seem pleased with him. Tell me why.
Well, I just, that was such a big disappointment last year when we had some budget deals that he didn't work to help us with. He, kind of just like dusted them off and said, work it out. And that to me, I think he needs to show stronger leadership. Look, do I think that he is a nice man and a good family man? I do.
Sure.
But we have big differences here because my own opinion is, let's just take when we had Ed Rendell. We had a split legislature when Ed Rendell was the governor.
Yep.
We got all kinds of stuff done.
Big fan of Ed.
I'm a fan of him too. He came to the table. He wanted something. He worked it, and he got it done. And I just think that this governor just doesn't get his hands dirty like Ed did. And it's very difficult just leaving two bodies that are on opposite sides of the party to fend for themselves. It's hard, but we could do it. I mean, for God's sake, we did it last year. We did it. We got it done. It was until August, but we did get it done. But it would be nice to have more leadership. I'm going to give you an example. Some of those things we heard in the governor's budget address, we had never heard before, and we haven't heard since. So that is what I'm talking about. If you want something, he has to go work for it. He has to go get it. We don't have bills introduced yet on any of that stuff.
Do you think he's being polished up to run for president and that he should focus on Pennsylvania instead?
I do think for absolute sure that he has his eye on the national stage. I don't know if it's president this year or if it's, president in 4 years or whatever, but absolutely everything has changed from when he first came on to where he is now. And it is all targeted toward getting in front of and getting your name out and being part of the Democratic National Committee meeting. And, it's all about someday becoming president.
And I can tell, again, because I've known you for years, this annoys you, right?
Yeah, because right now you're the governor of Pennsylvania. We have work to do here, and we have real issues that are facing us. And, we disagree on some very important issues to our Commonwealth, such as energy. We disagree on that. We need to go to work on that. And yes, that's frustrating. It's frustrating.
Hey, anything you need here, anything you need to get this done, I'm here. Tell your people to let me know. Thanks, Kim. You're the best.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are. Bye-bye.
All right. Love her. Seriously, big time. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Hey, Kath.
Hi, Marty. It's a slow ride on the inbound side of Route 65 right now. We had some debris in the right-hand lane, and this is just about a mile past the
To call Rhino Shield, and I am just thrilled to recommend Rhino Shield to my friends and neighbors and family.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith. This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41. Don't paint. Don't vinyl. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
A house is 80 years old, maybe 90. Has a couple bathrooms. We had a plumber in there fixing one of the bathrooms. He said the fixtures were 30 years old. It's old. It needs updated. We got the Bath Authority coming out. Look, here's why I love them. It's modern. Everything they make is durable. Everything they make is custom. Everything they make is low maintenance. Walk-in tubs, great. Replacement showers, great. Tub-to-shower conversions, great. This is the best chance for you to get a new bath, the Bath Authority. 412-249-1140. 412-249-1140. Get $1,500 off a new shower or bath and 36 months of interest-free financing. Bath Authority, 412-249-1140.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Just dial pound law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan, America, and now the universe's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. Army combat veteran Eric Brew matches vets with Fortune 500 executives, offering year-long mentorships through the program American Corporate Partners. He explains how he and his wife both found career success through the program.
Wanted to be in veteran nonprofits, so they found me a nonprofit, expert. Gwen has become an important part of my life. My mentorship is over. We still speak at least once a month. It's an incredible process. My wife, when she went through the program, initially she was a logistics officer in the Army, and quickly she realized that's not what she wanted to do. They pivoted her mentorship, found her a entrepreneurial mentorship, and now she is building her own business.
Catch every episode of 60 Minutes, America's most watched news magazine show, as a podcast. Hear in-depth investigations across politics, news, and entertainment on your schedule. Listen to 60 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I think it's unfortunate, and we hear this a lot in politics, that the big shots from different parties don't talk that much. I guess they have to stand their ground somehow, I guess, but if you heard Kim Ward, and I'm not exaggerating, we've been friends more than 20 years, and she's one of my favorite people. Because she's a fighter, because she's passionate, because she's intelligent, because she gets it done. And at the end of the day, it matters. And so she says something to me, I believe her, because we've had great success together. Man, we used to drive to her district and interview her because she would get Marty projects and get them done faster than anyone. She gives a damn. And now that she is the most powerful woman in Harrisburg and has been considered as someone who could run for governor, she still does it, still raises hell. So what's disconcerting to me is that you have two great powers headed in opposite directions. And it's not healthy for any of us. What do I mean by that? Well, you have the governor, who I like. He's very charming, very charismatic, very considerate, very powerful, very dynamic. The same as Kim. Big time family man. The same as Kim. Very focused on family and friendships and relationships. What I always find fascinating about government and politics and governors and state leaders is they can't hang together. I don't get it. It's the smallest level. And as an example, in my own career, I could give you examples of 10 men and or women that we went at it. Big time. I mean, went at it and then became friends. Sean Logan, state senator. I was doing a piece on some parking issue at one of his events. And I was coming after him. Sean Logan. Love the man. It got so ugly in his office, it got physical. It got so ugly, he had 2 big goons that were going to throw me physically out of his office. He's now one of my closest friends. Because we figured out we have common ground, we figured out we can make a difference together rather than giving each other the proverbial middle finger apart. Paul Wood, UPMC. Big shot. Very intelligent. Pretty much Oz, I call him. The man behind the woman. About 15 years ago, maybe longer, he calls me after I did a piece on KDKA TV that he did not like. And we had a big fight. But we fought it out. We reached the middle ground, and now we're good friends. Really good friends. What's my point? I am a pain in the ass. I just am. However, I'm also a guy who gives a damn. And I'm also a guy with great passion and great commitment, and you can trust with your life. And folks realize, and I realize, that I can't be a jerk all the time. That I can't be a bad guy all the time. And that we all need to work together or we get nothing done. I could give you 15 examples. My point being, I'm a big fan of Kim Ward. I mean, big fan. I think I was 40 when I met her. Man, that's like 6 decades ago. I'm a big fan of Josh Shapiro. Here's why. He didn't really even know me. When I had cancer, he called me at home several times. How you doing, man? How you feeling? What can we do for you? My point is, why can't they communicate and compete? Why can't they both succeed? Why? I can't figure it out at all. Anyone have the number for Burgettstown High School? Patrick. My man Ken Kukuro, one of the greatest men I've ever known. He did, Patrick, remember that plumbing job he did in Homewood? It was like a $30,000 plumbing job he did for free? Huge. I aggravated the crap out of him. He almost threw me in the hole. Now he's one of my favorite people and we're like family. At some point in life, you either keep fighting and get jack squat done, or you get along and you make a difference. Which would you prefer? What's that number, Patrick? Burgettstown.
It's 724-947-8136.
724-947-8136. I want you folks to call them, flood their phones, 724-947-8136, and ask them why they threw a 14-year-old girl crying out of a school dance. I'm serious about this. Write it down. 724-947-8136. I want you to annoy them. I'm serious about this. Ask them why they would throw a 14-year-old girl crying out of a school dance. A straight A student. Ask them, and then call me back and tell me what they said. Jerks.
UPMC is redefining cardiac care for women.
The number one killer of women is heart disease.
UPMC McGee Women's Heart Program is the only integrated women's health and heart provider in the state.
We have by far the most comprehensive cardiac care in the region and across the nation. Literally, the world experts in cardiac care are in this institution.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-578-2415. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-578-2415 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-578-2415. To see if you qualify. That's 800-578-2415.
Andy Amrine here for my favorite sustainable gardening product, Pit Moss. Better Homes and Gardens named Pit Moss the #1 overall potting and peat-free soil. It's lightweight and requires 2/3 less water. For beautiful plants, buy Pit Moss at your local hardware or garden center.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Scattered light rain showers and 59 at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour. Pan American Water is asking regulators to approve a 25% rate increase, but there's word this morning the utility may not get all it is asking for. Administrative law judges with the Public Utility Commission are recommending an increase that's half as much, and the PUC is expected to issue a final ruling in July. Homeowners in the Washington School District are likely to see a small property tax increase. The Washington School Board approved this week a preliminary budget that includes a millage rate increase. An Observer Reporter story says the average homeowner will see a tax increase of no more than $20. With warmer weather playing a role in surging seasonal allergies, a medical expert has some suggestions for dealing with the symptoms. Here's News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool.
Trying to control the environment you're in and taking some allergy medicines are just a few ways to alleviate the seasonal nuance. However, if you're outside cutting the grass, Dr. Bob Gordy, who's a board-certified allergist at Westmoreland Allergy and Asthma Associates, told the Big Game Morning Show what you can do.
So for pollens, one of the things to do is you want to sort of limit the time that you're outside. If you're the grass cutter and you have grass pollen or tree pollen allergies, a lot of times it would make sense to have face coverings, wraparound sunglasses.
If these options don't work, you can try immunotherapy or allergy shots. Susie Cole, News Radio, KDKA.
A winning Cash 5 ticket sold in Westmoreland County is worth more than $2.6 million. The Pennsylvania Lottery says the Cash 5 ticket sold for Wednesday's drawing was sold at Shop and Save on William Penn Highway in Murrayville. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 176 points at 39,232. The Nasdaq is down 5 points, and the S&P is up 11. KDKA Radio News Time 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey guys, it's Marty. I've been friends with Robert Pierce and Associates, for nearly 20 years. We have established a relationship about law, about protecting folks, about fighting for people for a long, long time. Last week, I'm talking to Rob at Robert Pierce and Associates about these diet drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. Look, now folks are having serious side effects from these drugs. Throwing up, nausea, horrible side effects. And Rob Pierce and Associates, they've been at this 40 years. They're ready to take on these lawsuits. They're ready to fight for you. They have the experts. They have the free consultation ready to go. They have the experience in these cases. And look, I've seen it. They work, and they work hard. 412-281-7229. Robert Pierce and Associates.
Don't delay in getting that plumbing repair done. Call Palucci Plumbing today for all of your plumbing needs. From trenchless sewer repair and waterline repairs and replacement, hot water tanks, sewer camera inspections, to Pittsburgh potty repairs, no job is too small for Palucci Plumbing. Owners Amy and Nick Palucci have been in business for over 20 years, so give them a call for your next plumbing repair or replacement. Palucci Plumbing, 412-782-5050. That's 412-782-5050.
It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
We all know what UV rays can do to our skin, but they can also do damage to your car. Keep that from happening with 303 Protectant. 303 Protectant keeps the sun's harmful rays from causing fading and cracking in rubber, plastic, or vinyl surfaces. From the dashboard to the tires, 303 Protectant keeps your car looking new longer. Get 303 Protectant today at AutoZone. Visit 303radio.com for more information.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Digging the Genesis. What's up, Kathy?
And Marty, we're looking at an accident right now on the inbound side of Route 65. It's blocking off the right-hand lane just about a mile past the McKees Rocks Bridge. Looks like a tow truck is there on the scene now, and a lot of the emergency crews have left. So hopefully it won't be too much longer before you can get that right lane opened. Traffic does back up for you as you approach. It's not a major delay, but just watch for that slowing. Traffic not nearly as close as the McKees Rocks Bridge, so you're good to go there. Inbound on Route 28, no major issues, but we do have some crews doing some roving maintenance work as you make your way on that outbound side from just about the north side all the way out toward Katanning. So they're going to be working there all morning long, in fact, until about 4 o'clock today. With AAA traffic on the 5s, I'm Kathy Bergman on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cloudy, cool afternoon shaping up with rain at times and a high of 62, then occasional rain and drizzle tonight, though 51. Mainly cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two in the area, the high near 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, on Wednesdays, I have this therapy that I go to for balance issues because my balance got jacked up by radiation and chemotherapy. It's in Monroeville, the place called Physical. They rock. I went. It's an 8 o'clock appointment. Now, to get there from my house takes about an hour because of the traffic. I went on Tuesday because I'm a moron and an idiot and I have too much going on and I can't remember it. Seriously. Thursdays and sometimes Wednesdays, I have a swallowing therapy at UPMC at 3 o'clock. This week, it's on Thursday, which is today. I went yesterday because I'm a moron. However, I found a way to blame it on my wife because she was supposed to buy me an organizer, and so was Patrick. And they both screwed me over by not ordering it for me, so I end up wandering aimlessly in the halls of UPMC like a mental patient lost from Western Psych. So you know. I bought my own damn organizer yesterday. Show you. You know when you do really stupid things and you're by yourself? You should probably keep it to yourself. I like telling people how stupid I am. Hey, before we get to these callers, Patrick, help me out, brother. Give us some info on Burgettstown and the superintendent and where folks can call.
All right, so the phone number, it's Burgettstown Area School District, 724-947-8136. I just shared the superintendent's information and the phone number on X. I'm going to put it across our other platforms here momentarily.
What about this story irritated you?
Well, it irritates me because she's still a student in their freaking district.
So give a little background on what we're talking about, because you know this. You're smart.
So, teenage middle school student.
Right.
Issues with her with anxiety, I think, and other things. So mom takes her home, and she goes to cyber school.
Nice.
She's still in the district.
Right.
She doesn't go to a charter school, which is out of the district. She is a cyber student in the Burgettstown School District. So she goes to a school dance. 2 hours in, they have her removed.
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 Right on. Kick her out.
So the folks at the dance overseeing it message with the superintendent, and he okays throwing her out 2 hours in, saying that extracurricular activities are off limits.
She's crying. Ariana, if you're a 14-year-old girl, first of all, girls really get hyped for dances.
Oh, yeah. She had to have been mortified.
Thank you.
Embarrassed.
Thank you.
Everyone's watching.
Thank you.
That's so awful. They
Angry,
dragged her
sad,
out in the
crying,
middle of everyone.
right?
Crying.
Is she-
Yeah.
and embarrassed.
So embarrassed. That's mortifying.
And how much, because I have 2 daughters, how much does that sort of dance mean to a girl? Everything.
It's like everything.
Thank you.
Literally.
And for them to do this to her is
Yeah.
a personal affront
Oh, yeah.
to all of us.
She's going to be traumatized. That's
It's
terrible.
ignorant, man.
Yeah, it's awful.
Straight A student.
I feel so bad.
It costs them money, too. I mean, it's not cheap to get ready for these dances either.
Yeah, she paid for her dress, got ready, paid for the ticket even.
Right.
And they still just kicked her out. Not like they said, hey, we're going to reimburse you and sorry about this. Nope, it wasn't that at all.
Sorry, you're not welcome here.
Yeah.
Get the hell out.
I got lawyers on it. Hell with them. And I emailed the superintendent 3 times, never even responded with a no comment.
Oh, wow.
How about that? How about last year, they kicked a girl out of their dance because she had pepper spray in her purse. Kicked her out. Ruined her prom. At some point, don't you think we need to show a little damn restraint? So here's what I want you folks to do. Annoy them because they're annoying us. Call them, write this down, please. Get it together and get angry. 724-947-8136. And say to them, why would you kick a 14-year-old girl out of a dance? And then call me back, 866-391-1020. If we don't raise hell, they'll continue doing so. Will they not, Ariana?
Absolutely. Please call because I think this is great. They need to hear it from everyone.
They really do. They need to hear from regular folks. And if they're going to ignore me, they can't ignore your phone calls. Annoy them today. 724, I'm serious, 947-8136. Meantime, something very cool happened today. Patrick, tell this story about this poor doggy that no one wants, because I love this, what's happening here.
What a sweet dog, too. Her name is Mia. She has been in a shelter for more than 3 years.
Whoa.
More than 3 years. And this is in New Kensington.
Right.
And, she's got some behavior issues because she's basically a puppy that's been raised in a shelter.
Right.
So you can imagine it's not the best environment to raise a puppy.
Of course not.
So she needs lots of training.
And this is Animal Protectors of Allegheny Valley. And this wonderful girl, and by the way, our boy Paul Anthony, one of the greatest dog trainers in the world, is offering free training so this dog can adapt. Danielle, good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, Marty. I'm good. How are you?
Well, we have some cheerful news about the little pup, don't we?
We do. After becoming famous, Mia has her very first meet and greet today with a lovely couple, and I'm super excited for it. I just got LASIK surgery the other day, and I'm trying really hard not to cry and burn my eyes. I'm so excited when I got that news. So, obviously it's just the beginning of this process, but I'm hopeful that maybe this is her chance, and these people are going to be the ones for her.
Aw, that means so much, though, does it not to you?
Oh, it means so much to me. I just got to know Mia about 3 months ago, and I've never bonded so quickly with a dog before. And that's saying a lot because I've had a lot of dogs in my life. But there is something so remarkably special about this dog that, I just want someone to see that and say, she's mine.
Patrick, you saw the dog, right?
Yeah.
What jumped out?
I mean, she does constantly bark when she doesn't know you.
I see.
So, strangers are an issue till she gets to know you. I saw there was a gentleman that was handling her out there, and she was wonderful with him. And after only, working with Paul Anthony for about 30 minutes, she already started to warm up to him.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Mia?
I did. Yeah, she was really cute. And hi, Danielle. I bet you're so happy. I know you were telling me how hopeful you were for someone to adopt Mia. So I bet you are so happy.
I am. I'm so happy for her. She just deserves this. And, like I said, it's the beginning. It's just the beginning process. So we still have some steps to go through, but it's just, if nothing else, it represents what's possibly to come for her.
I love it.
Absolutely, yeah. She's
What
so
time's
cute.
the big meet and greet? So after this break, one more time, Patrick, throw that number out for Burgerstown, please.
Oh, sorry. Multitasking over here. 724-947-8136.
And then call us back. Tell them, how dare you throw a 14-year-old out of a dance? And then call me back, 866-391-1020. Your job today is my job every day. Annoy them, please. I'm serious. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. What's up, Kathy?
Hey, Marty, and traffic moving much better now that the accident's been cleared. It was about a mile past the McKees Rocks Bridge, but everything is moving much better for you all the way down toward the North Shore Expressway and over toward the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Looking at the inbound side of the Parkway East, we have volume, but no major delays. Your Parkway West still pretty busy right around the Green Tree Interchange. With AAA Traffic, I'm Kathy Bergren on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Space may be the final frontier, but it's also what a lot of us lack in our basement or garage. By switching to a Navien tankless water heater, not only will you have all the hot water you need whenever you need it, but you'll gain storage area as well. Maybe a place to display your space collectibles. Highly logical. Learn about Navient's series of high-efficiency tankless water heaters and how they don't just save space, but save dollars on your utility bills, too. For more, go to tanklessmadesimple.com.
Here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Pirates fans, baseball is back.
And this ball is gone. Henry Davis. Oh, Henry.
Catch every pitch from every Pittsburgh Pirates game. Streaming live with 93.7 The Fan on the free Odyssey app.
Hayes throws on the first, and he gets the odd dome.
The voices you know, the team you love. Pirates baseball lives here on 93.7 The Fan and the free Odyssey app. AUDACY. Download it today.
Live games available for fans in market only.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
So, hey, it's Marty. You know, we're getting there. It's spring right here. It's going to get real windy. A lot of trees leaning over toward your house, leaning over in the yard. Tree branches in a precarious position. Here's what you got to do. You got to call my boy, Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Insane pricing. The best training. The best equipment. I've used Carlos at my house several times. And my neighbors. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 41.
Not a Par Mar store near you now. There will be soon. If you've looked around you need on a regular basis, Par Mar has it. And remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your mornings. People who get sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Folds of Honor has been meeting sacrifice with hope since 2019 in Western PA. It's our honor to empower people through education and the opportunities it creates. 41% of Folds of Honor scholarships are awarded to minorities, making our recipient family as diverse as the country we call home. Folds of Honor has earned the Gold Star Platinum Seal, as well as 4 out of 4 stars ranking on Charity Navigator. You can join our squadron today at westernpa.foldsofhonor.org. Spitzer Toyota of Monroeville is a proud supporter of Folds of Honor.
John Perry is one of my close friends. He's also one of the best attorneys in the country. Medical malpractice.
Need a new set of wheels? Price it on Kelley Blue Book. Problem under the hood? Fix it with Kelley Blue Book. Can another car do the job better? Trade it or sell it on Kelley Blue Book. We're here mile after mile, moment after moment. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it. KBB.com it. Visit KelleyBlueBook.com to get the journey started.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Mark from Arizona asks, I have a broker and she's doing just so-so. I purchased a $50,000 CD, but you didn't tell me about any of the fees that I was being charged. And believe it or not, it was pretty darn pricey. I have another CD at a local bank and I paid 0 fees. When the pricey CD matures in June, should I just move the money? I do want to stick with CDs. Well, Mark, this sounds like a no-brainer. If all we're talking about is using another CD, then sure, a no-fee CD is certainly better than one that's pricey. So take the money and move it when the time comes.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And make sure to cover your furry friends with pet health insurance.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Why does this whole Burgettstown situation annoy me? Because it does. Because I don't like to see big bullies pick on little girls. And I've become friends with this wonderful woman and her daughter who's 14. And I find that they don't have anybody to fight for them. So I got one of the best lawyers in the country at this kind of thing, Phil De La Sente, in the middle of it. And to hell with him. I think he should file suit against them to prove a point. I just do. I think what they're doing is arrogant and ignorant. And Patrick said it best, and you're right on, brother. They're annoyed about cyber school money. They're losing millions of dollars because parents pull their kids out of the schools and they go to cyber schools. So they want to do everything they can to poke the parents or kids in the eye to get even.
Well, that's what kills me. They're in the cyber school in the district, so they shouldn't be losing any money. So I don't see how that works out.
They have to pay. The cyber school gets money that they would have gotten for that kid.
Isn't the cyber school in their district, though? That is their school.
Yeah, but no, it's not in that school. In other words, it's costing them money. For instance, in Pittsburgh, they lose about $10 million a year. So they get annoyed. But don't take it out on a 14-year-old girl, bro.
In the middle of the dance.
No, hold on. That's the most significant point.
Yep.
Well, actually, there's several. Number one, Patrick, this is an after-school activity.
Yeah,
it's
definitely
extracurricular.
Thank you.
A school-sponsored extracurricular activity.
As the mom pointed out in the handbook.
Just like basketball, football.
Thank you.
She studied the handbook, and it literally says word for word. It is an extracurricular.
And she bought a ticket.
She bought the ticket.
And they sold it to her.
And they let her in.
If they didn't want to let her in, they should have stopped her at the door.
Thank you.
Not 2 hours in.
Ariana, 2 hours in.
That's ridiculous.
I've got Mom on later in the show, but I'm going to annoy them until Mom comes on because I find this offensive. Sharon, thanks for holding. Good morning, my friend.
Hi, Marty.
Hi.
Marty, I have a problem with what you're doing this morning.
Okay.
I feel that, first of all, this didn't happen yesterday. It happened probably 2 weeks ago or so. I'm not sure the exact time. But if you were going to do something like that, then why not do it at that time?
What's the difference?
Later?
What's the difference?
It makes a big difference.
Mom asked me to do it, that's why. Mom
could have did it herself.
Let me answer. And the district and the district just responded yesterday afternoon. So it's very relevant, it's very timely, and it's very pertinent. Thank you. I appreciate you calling. The timing isn't right. Give me a break. Vicky, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Hi, I tried to call that number that you gave, and I'm getting a different like a company that wants me to do whatever. So it might have the wrong number.
We might have the wrong number.
Yeah, I have 724-947-8146.
Oh, no, it's 36, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll get back to him that way.
Come on, Vicky, get it together.
Oh, man, it's a rough morning.
By the way, I do it all the time. Today is Annoy the Burgettstown School District Day, the way they annoyed this 14-year-old girl. What troubles me is that Sharon called to pick a fight with me. So we're fighting for a 14-year-old girl, straight A student. We're fighting for her mother because her mother asked us to, because we want this policy to change. We're trying to do the right thing, and Sharon calls to gripe, saying my timing isn't right. Isn't it really, Sharon, or is it about you and me, and that I aggravate you? Let me know. At the end of the day, folks, they have to do what's right in that district. At the end of the day, they have to treat people. And here's what really troubles me. I sent 3 emails to the superintendent. Did not respond once. Not even a no comment. A simple no comment. We don't want to get involved. You're a jerk, Mr. Griffin. At some point, somehow, some way, all I ask is that schools do what they're supposed to do. Take care of children. And it offends me that they would make a 14-year-old girl cry on a very important day. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing my daughters get ready. They get their nails done. Ariana, this is a whole process for girls.
Oh, yeah, a whole week process.
Thank
basically. You have so many appointments lining up, nails,
tan,
hair, tan,
dress,
nails,
all
of it.
Shoes, hair. I'm serious, right?
It's a production.
And then you get into the dance and you're jamming away, getting your groove on. Hey, kid, you're cheating. Get the hell out.
Yeah, I can't imagine what she thought in that moment. She's probably like, this can't be real. And then when they actually take her out, she's probably like, this cannot be happening.
I can't imagine what that would feel like.
No.
First of all, you'd be embarrassed, right? Then hurt.
So hurt.
And then angry.
Yeah.
And all these things. Sharon, I'm not talking to you. I'm not fighting with you anymore today. We're trying to make a difference. You're trying to annoy me. And that's the difference between us. Okay? Okay.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof experts. Hey guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K., the man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year. Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot and Hofstadt's. J.K. delivers. Great stuff.
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Legacy Box is offering a 60% discount. Order yours today and take advantage of our best Mother's Day sale ever. Visit legacybox.com/value and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value for 60% off. legacybox.com/value.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's 61 and overcast at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The state Senate has passed and sent to the House a tax relief proposal that would cut Pennsylvania's personal income tax from 3.07 to 2.8%. The vote was 36-14. Senate President Pro Tempore Kim Ward told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffn the proposal also eliminates the gross receipts tax.
It affects the broadest number of people in the Commonwealth. So, there are other taxes, but these taxes affect everybody, small business, families, even big business when it comes to the gross receipt tax.
The Westmoreland County lawmaker said Senate Bill 269 will add up to about a $3 billion tax cut. A state lawmaker is about to introduce a bill to limit students' use of cell phones in schools. State Senator Ryan Ament says students would place their mobile devices in secure, lockable phone bags until the end of the school day. He believes there will be improvements in academic performance, also physical and mental health. This young person told KDKA TV she agrees.
I just feel like there should be like a policy of no phones in school, just based on the facts, they don't pay attention enough.
Ament would like to begin a pilot program in the next school year if the bill passes. First responders were called to the scene of a fatal accident last night on the Boulevard of the Allies. A collision between a vehicle and a motorcycle happened just after 9:30 p.m. near UPMC Mercy. A Clareton man riding the cycle was taken to the ER in grave condition. 33-year-old Dante Hairston died a short time later. The Mars Area School District is proposing a tax hike. The Cranberry Eagle reports the school board is considering a budget for the next school year that includes a 3.47 millage increase. The board votes on the budget proposal at its next meeting on Tuesday. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 193 points at 39,250. The Nasdaq is up 38 points and the S&P is up 19. KDKA Sports. After weeks of speculation, the Pirates are calling up pitching phenom Paul Skeens from Indianapolis. News Radio KDKA Susie Cool has the story.
Armed with a fastball that consistently registers in the triple digits and a wipeout slider, the Pittsburgh Pirates have finally decided to unleash the beast that is Paul Skeens. Sports director for 93.7 The Fan, Jeff Hathorn, said on the Big K Morning Show.
The anticipation and that it seemed like forever, but really it was only 10 months since he's been drafted. But he has such great stuff that even pitching a dozen games in the minors seemed like 12 too many.
The righty hurler has certainly lived up to his hype in the minors this year, recording a .99 ERA and 45 strikeouts over 27 1/3 innings with AAA Indianapolis. Pirates fans, get ready because Skeens is scheduled to make his MLB debut on Saturday at PNC Park against the Chicago Cubs. Susie Cole, News Radio KDKA.
The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. If you're injured, time to hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law for Morgan & Morgan. Overcast and 61 in Pittsburgh now. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Folks, I love CCAC, and here's why. College is expensive, and a lot of folks want to give their kids the best chance for a great future without going broke. Well, here you go. CCAC, 80% of the students there graduate debt-free. And because they spend their first 2 years there, they saved up to $72,000. Wow. They receive the top-notch education, and they could either be headed to a straight-up dream job or continuing onto a 4-year university. CCAC, the place to begin. Tell you what, Mark Sorrell, one of my good friends, sent me these pictures. Wow. Oakmont Bakery, Mother's Day. Wow. Mom's cakes. You know what? I'm going. Salted caramel. Oh, yeah. Chocolate dream. Oh, yeah. White almond flavors. Oakmont. Oh, wow. Heart-shaped brownie cake. Delicious. I'll tell you what. Before you hook up Mom, you got to go to Oakmont Bakery. Check it out. The best. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. What's up, Kath?
Hey, Marty. Traffic around the area looks a little bit busier over on the inbound side of the Parkway East. It's starting to slow right around Edgewood Swissvale into the tunnels. Parkway West backing just about to the top of Green Tree Hill once again, heading into the Fort Pitt tunnels. Not seeing any major issues, though, over on 65. We do have crews doing some roving maintenance work as you make your way from Bellevue all the way down toward the Fort Duquesne Bridge. Right now, traffic is moving very well. And looking at the Parkway North, no problems from 79 down to and across the Veterans Bridge. AAA Traffic is brought to you by LGKG Injury Lawyers. LGKG, your home team. Visit lgkg.com. I'm Kathy Bergman on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be mainly cloudy with rain at times and a high of 62, then cloudy tonight with occasional rain and drizzle, low 51. Remaining rather cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two and a high close to 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
With a 90-year reputation, LGKG is known for its highest standards and ethics among injury attorneys. I promise you, we're different from the others. Fighting for the little guy is what we do. I'm Joe George. Find us at lgkg.com as we expand into Pittsburgh. LGKG, your home team.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tell you what, man, when I read this the other day, I sent this to one of the best at this game in the country, James Fogarty with A-plus schools. He gets it. He's pragmatic. He gives a damn. But I'll tell you right now, there's a sense of hopelessness to this truancy issue. And I mean, folks, wow. The pandemic jacked up. Wow. In many districts, truancy is nearly 30%. Wow. And by the way, in districts with black students, 10x. Man, this makes me sad. Those poor kids. In some districts, truancy, African American students, more than 40%. And in some high schools, African American, 60% truancy. Ladies and gentlemen, open your damn eyes. This is an American tragedy. Don't look now, but your kids aren't showing up for school in insane numbers. James Fogarty, my man, how are you today?
Marty, I'm great. How are you doing today?
Well, I love my wife, Christine, and you know her, and she loves what you do with A-plus schools, and I'm mentioning her name because she said to me the other day, hey, James Fogarty is so concerned about truancy that they've now made this their entire focus. Is that accurate?
Yeah, no, at A-plus schools, we're really focused on getting every kid into every school every day. I mean, we've basically shifted our mission to just address this issue. And we differentiate between chronic absence, which is missing 10% or more, and truancy, which was more of like the legal, you go to the magistrate because you had a bunch of unexcused absences. But for us, chronic absence, right, missing for any reason. So you may have excused absences, you were sick, but if you miss 10% or more of the school days, you're much less likely to read at grade level, you're much more likely to drop out. And we know for our kids, that means you're not going to be successful either in school or in life. And so it's just so critical, Marty, that we help both our community understand that just 2 days a month, missing 2 days a month will lead to you being chronically absent in school. And so just being mindful of that. Most parents underestimate by half the number of days. I know I did. You know, I thought, my kid's only missed 2 days. I looked at the card. It was she missed 5. So we're doing some innovative things to try and turn the tide. And with partnership with PPS, we've been able to reduce chronic absence by 16%, 7 percentage points over from 21-22 to 22-23. There's things that can be done, right? But yeah, the pandemic, it shifted everything. Transportation, Marty. We didn't have bus drivers, right? So lots of school systems had to change how far kids had to walk. Families that used to rely on the yellow bus now couldn't.
Nice.
And so we're working with community partners to leverage their vans if they're a church or a community organization, see if they can pick up kids in the morning. We're working with schools to coordinate that because we can't let this problem go unsolved, and we've got to support our kids to get there every day and our families, right?
You know what? My wife is so smart, and she said, you know what, honey? So what happens in the pandemic, mom and dad stayed home, were getting paid to stay at home, and then they had the kids at home. It was all kind of cool. And so then everybody went back to school except their kids because they liked the way things were at home. So mom and dad, or mom, if they're single moms, aren't pushing the way they could. In fact, in one district in the District of Columbia, which is Washington, 11,624 reports of educational neglect by parents. So parents are just as responsible for, sir, are they not?
I mean, look, especially in school systems where we closed and we told families, some school systems were keeping open. Others were like, well, it's okay if your kid stays home. We can't open. What message did that send? For a year and a half, Pittsburgh Public Schools wasn't open, right? And so we have a responsibility under new leadership, with the new superintendent, new leadership on the school board, to try and say, look, we made a mistake being closed this long. Mount Lebanon wasn't closed that long. Fox Chapel wasn't closed that long, right? So we've got to send the signal, hey, families, it is important for you to be here. There's also kids got used, especially our high school kids, got used to working during those days when they were supposed to be online school, right? Employers looked the other way. Kids showed up to jobs. They were making money. It was relevant. It mattered to them. We got to make school just as relevant and engaging as a job. And that is the work of really thinking through a kind of new way of doing things. Like our families, look, I'm not going to blame any family for how this is going, because I know for my family, going back to school was tough too. It's tough.
I don't know, man. Come on, James. I don't think that way, man. My kids, you're going to school, man. I mean,
but your schools were open, Marty. Your schools were open.
But they're open now, man.
Earlier than
they're open now. They still haven't gone back, brother. What the hell are you talking about? Look, get up and go to school.
Yeah, but that's not just on the family. It's not just on the family. It's on our community too. It's on our community too. If you don't have transportation and we're asking 5- and 6-year-olds to walk 1.5 miles through the hilltop,
I did.
Through Belton,
I did. Sorry.
Look, I'm saying, but I'm
down
what
the
I'm
railroad
saying
tracks with the trains running by. Sorry. I mean, I'm so frustrated by this, James. I love you, but man, this is a damn disaster for black students. 10x the number. Man, that's frightening, James. Why is that so?
It's a disaster for our entire community when we do not raise up all of the talent that exists in our community. We're missing out. Think about it. The jobs reports that come out of the Allegheny Conference constantly say we need to, bring new people in. Meanwhile, we have over 1,200 kids who graduated from Pittsburgh Public Schools in 2017 who by 2023 hadn't completed college or trade school.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are their prospects going to be?
No, I'm with you.
We've got to get them back to school. I hear you. Look, if you can do anything,
let me stop you on that number. Hold on, James. Let me stop you on that number, though. Why is the number 10x for black students? Why? Over white students? Why? Do you know? I don't know. 10 times.
Abject poverty in this country has ruined families.
Did they get poor? I'm not trying to be a jerk here. Did they get, hold on. I'm not trying to be a jerk here. Did they get poorer during the pandemic, sir?
Yes, indeed.
And so
their support systems died off at much higher rate.
The school.
Grandma died. Marty, grandma died. Their aunt died. Black families experienced more death due to the pandemic than white families.
I believe that.
So if your support system was grandma to help you out, and you had to go to work, so grandma got the kid to school, but grandma died. That happened. And I'm not just. This isn't just some hypothetical.
No.
This is families that we've talked to, that we work with, whose entire support systems, the father, the mother, the grandmother, the aunt, the whole support system is now gone.
Well, James, we talked,
depression.
During the pandemic, and we talked about this, 40% of the black males, students in Philadelphia, disappeared from the school districts. 40%, brother.
Yeah, a lot of them went to work. Just said, I'm not coming back.
Hold on, man.
I mean, look.
Can you hang?
Yeah, I can hang for a couple minutes.
This is important stuff. It's actually scaring me. It makes me very sad. I love him. I think he pounds his head against the same wall sometimes. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Hey, Kath.
Hi, Marty. Not too bad out there on the roadways. The parkways east and west, though, do have their share of volume. Over in the Parkway East, it slows at Edgewood Swissvale. Parkway West is backing toward the top of Green Tree Hill. Looks pretty good, though, on the Parkway North. HOV lanes not yet open for you this morning. On the outbound side, I should say. The inbound they have closed off. On the inbound side of Route 28, taking a look at our Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras, it's moving very well all the way down toward East Ohio Street. With AAA Traffic, I'm Kathy Bergman on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of $10 Gold Liberty coins from the late 1800s to early 1900s has been found. These gorgeous Gold Liberty coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available in any specific date. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a specific date Gold Liberty struck at the Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These historic dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That's anywhere from 117 to 144 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-574-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $50 value free with every order. Call 1-800-574-6468 now to secure your $10 Gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-574-6468.
Hey, guys, check this out. Our house is 80 years old. I love it. We have this big picture window in what you would call the formal living room. It needs repaired. It needs replaced. And it needs replaced badly. So I am so happy to know that Universal Windows Direct is coming to the house to take a look. They got this amazing opportunity right now. If you call them, 412-545-6003. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Love it. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 20, get 20 free. In other words, there is no limit. And 0% financing for 60 months. Folks, the windows perform better and last longer. They have this super spacer technology, which insulates the windows. 412-543-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Is your IRS tax debt making you feel anxious? The professionals at Allies Tax Relief are ready to negotiate your fresh start. Call them now, 800-230-5174.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Man, they have schools in America where 60% of the students are truant. Wow. And in particular, African American truancy is 10x that of white students, and there's this massive gap in test scores. And how the hell do you expect to bridge that achievement gap with the 60% of the kids aren't in class? Anthony, jump in here, man. I need your opinion on this. Hurry up. Thanks, brother.
Well, it's generational and cultural, man.
Go ahead, Anthony.
It's generational and cultural. I grew up in the 50s and 60s. Education was stressed. It was a must. And we've lost that from the 70s on.
Yeah, but what about
in the black community?
What about what James is saying? I mean, it's really exploded post-pandemic and during the pandemic. What the hell happened, Anthony?
The same thing that happens in your neighborhood, Marty. When they have a teachers' meeting, the whole neighborhood comes out, right?
Right.
They have a teachers' meeting here in the community which I grew up in now. They don't participate.
Yeah, but what happened during the pandemic? I can't figure this out. What the hell changed? It's even worse now, though. What happened, Anthony?
You know what? I wish I could tell you because I can't, because my grandchildren are in school. Because why? Because my sons hold them accountable. And that you have a lot of people who are not holding their children accountable. I just came from East Liberty now, and I saw a whole bunch of kids who aren't in school. They're walking around. I don't know. I can't. I wish I could help you on this subject, but like I said, it's generational. I can't help you.
I'll tell you what it does.
I don't know.
It makes me depressed. I got to be honest. I get depressed about this stuff because I feel this sense of hopelessness that I just can't. I can't imagine what it's like for people to go through this. James, you know what I'm saying? We still have James. Trying to get James. Oh. I don't know why I'm hearing the beeping. I'm just getting the beeping. Brad, James.
Yes.
Go ahead, Brad.
So I think the problem is much simpler, much more simpler than you think. The less the community stability going into an issue like that, you take away that structure of the school, it's going to fall apart. And I think it's important to recognize that applies to poor black communities and poor white communities.
Yes,
it doesn't matter.
Well,
kids
the numbers say it does.
Well, because, I mean, obviously you look at the history of how black people were treated, slavery, and its lingering effects.
But this is post-pandemic, sir.
Yes, but those things don't recover overnight.
I see.
They are going to take a long while to recover.
How? How? I can't. I'm with you. How? What the hell do we do?
How do you? The same way you would have done it before.
I don't know what that means. He doesn't know the answer. I'm confounded by this. I'm hoping I have James.
I'm here.
I know.
Marty, I'm here.
Go ahead. It's my fault. I'm an idiot. James, it's so confounding. What the hell do we do immediately, man?
So immediately, one of the things we did was start sending letters to parents. We partnered with a group called Everyday Labs. And their research really says, and this is why we don't blame parents.
I'm
because
sorry,
the research,
what's it called?
It's called Everyday Labs. It's out of Harvard.
Nice.
And what they do is provide letters and text messages to families when their kid is at risk of being chronically absent.
Nice.
And these nudges that they've created, they've done a ton of research on them. 19 randomized control trials shown that they can reduce chronic absence by 10 to 15% in the districts where they've been implemented.
Nice.
And that's what we've been able to do. And that's just a starting point.
Nice.
The other thing we got to do is really engage families in a real conversation about, hey, your child's not there. What's going on?
Right.
Right? And again, there's lots of reasons.
Yeah.
And we hear them. But we've got to be encouraging, right? Again, I'm a data guy.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the data that shows blaming a parent for not getting their kid to school is going to work to get them to get their kids to school.
Well, they would argue in Chicago that you're wrong. They started fining parents, and so the kids started showing up to class.
Fining doesn't work. We've seen that with the magisterial judges. They're frustrated. They're trying to figure out other ways than fining.
They've actually threatened some parents with jail.
That's right. And even that doesn't work all the time, right? So we got to find something that works. And part of that is, how do we create schools where kids and families want to be? Nice. And then how do we address the needs that families are having, that they're telling us they need to get kids to school? And part of it is also, Marty, I'm so thankful to you for giving me the opportunity to come on and talk about this issue, and for us to, as a community, to focus on this issue, right? If we focus on it, we talk about it, if we let our neighbors know, we got to get our kids to school every day.
So this is James Fogarty with A+ Schools. So I'm watching, Patrick might have seen this, 60 Minutes had this piece on this school in New Orleans. Catholic
I'm in New Orleans now.
Oh, you are? This Catholic school, all black students, all of them 100% go to college. And two of the girls just solved some mathematical problem that no one has in history. My point is that I've seen this with African-American kids at private schools and Catholic schools in Pittsburgh. Much higher graduation rate. Much higher rate of students going to college. Why is that, sir? Why?
I mean, look, there are lots of reasons. I think one is, to the point that you made, I think we have to start recognizing that when we engage families, when we, again, paying that matters, right? But when we engage families, when we tell them we're going to treat your children well and hold them to high account,
right.
Kids show up, families show up.
No, I agree.
And
I also get this argument. Yeah, Marty, you can say that about Catholic schools because they pick those kids and those parents pick to go there, and they can kick those kids out. The public schools are stuck with everyone. Is that fair?
I mean, it's not stuck. Our public schools are charged to educate every child. Yeah. But I wouldn't call it stuck because we have beautiful children with disabilities that need a place to be educated well.
We also have kids. Hold on. We also have kids with felonies in classrooms with kids that don't have felonies because I know those teachers and I know who those kids are, and it's a dynamic that doesn't work in some schools.
Certainly. So that to me is a question of what do we do with our systems to make sure that our kids are safe,
right,
where discipline and order abound, but also where there's a community where kids feel like they belong and where they can make mistakes and do well.
I agree.
Right?
I agree.
So, yeah.
Is it hopeless, man?
No, Marty, we're in a time of opportunity, right? This district is looking at how to reconfigure to actually make sure we have opportunities for all kids. Is it going to be a struggle? Yeah, but this is a time for us to get engaged, time for us to really have a sense of hope. Our kids are so amazing. I watch kids do projects at Perry High School with the Manchester Craftsmen's Guild that would knock your socks off.
No, I agree. I have friends that are teachers, and they have amazing students. I agree.
Yeah. So look, that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going, Marty. And having opportunities to tell the community that we shouldn't give up. We can't give up.
I like this idea of sending a text or a letter. It's a little reminder.
A little reminder.
Yeah,
a little nudge.
Yeah. James Fogarty, you're the man.
Hey, thank you so much, Marty. Really appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks for being honest. Stay in touch, man.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Be well.
All right, man. My wife actually gave me the whole idea, and she loves him, and I could see why. It's not easy, though. I mean, Mary, go ahead. Thanks for holding.
Hi, Marty. I have a suggestion. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
Sure.
For the public schools. There once was the Peace Corps. Why don't we get a teacher corps?
Nice. Nice.
But it has to be motivational. I'm going to give you both sides of this coin.
You got 30 seconds. I'm sorry.
Okay. Promote young teachers out of school. Get them involved with the school children. In other words, they have a regular teacher, but they can be like coaches and have just 4 kids apiece.
Nice.
And coach these kids and motivate them.
Nice. So
I have more to say.
What about this? That during the pandemic, the families changed the value they put on education. I was shocked at that. I was shocked. That was really shocking. That they lost their support. And why is the number 10x for black students? Why?
I don't know that, but I'm going to tell you something. I won't tell you where I worked.
Yes, ma'am.
But we dealt with public schools.
Yeah.
And I was shocked at teachers, white teachers, that did not speak to their minority children. And these kids weren't being bad. These were grade school kids.
That's not cool.
They would say, Miss So-and-so, and the teacher showed indifference to them. I witnessed this with my own eyes,
I'd fire
but
them.
I needed my job, so I couldn't say anything.
I would. I'd fire them. That ain't right. And I believe you. And I love your passion and your input. But, man, this is an insane problem that no one wants to talk about. Because if these kids don't go to school, they end up in jail, and that's the fact, Jack.
Whether it's her first Mother's Day or her 40th, she deserves more. Shop tons of stunning on-trend jewelry for every budget at Diamonds Direct. Diamond fashion jewelry, beautiful birthstones, everyday pearls starting at just $200. Commemorate the real loves of her life with a gorgeous pendant featuring the birthstone of the one who made her mom. This Mother's Day, Diamonds Direct has everything you need to say thank you. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Online at diamondsdirect.com.
Shop at Coons this week for great savings for that special Mother's Day dinner.
Farm-raised fresh salmon fillets, only $9.99 per pound. And in the Coons Bakery, special large Mother's Day chocolate chip message cookies, just $14 each.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
61 and overcast at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. New this hour, consumer alerts have been issued for a convenience store and a pizza shop in Bloomfield. The Allegheny County Health Department issued the alerts after an inspection at In and Out Corner Market on Penn Avenue uncovered bags of potato chips with rodent chew marks, rodent droppings, and a dead mouse. Mia Pizza on Baum Boulevard was cited for several violations, including cold food held at an unsafe temperature and inadequate cleaning, sanitization, and pest management. A bus company is laying off dozens of workers in Westmoreland County. News Radio KDKA's Rob Taylor has details.
The bus company is First Student, and the Post-Gazette reports the company is expected to lay off 253 workers at its Greensburg and Allentown facilities. 80 of those workers are employed in Greensburg, and the layoffs are expected to be permanent as of June 30th. Company's regional HR manager says the bus company lost the Hempfield Area School District contract, which is a major cause of the layoffs. Rob Taylor, News Radio KDKA.
Allergy season is in full effect in the Pittsburgh area. News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool has more on how to cope with it.
After a mild winter, the spring allergies are coming in hot, especially with warmer weather over the last week or two. Dr. Bob Gordy, who's a board-certified allergist at Westmoreland Allergy and Asthma Associates, told the Big Game Morning Show how to take care of your allergies if you're going through it right now.
First thing is to try to control the environment in as much as you can. And then the second thing would be pharmacotherapy or medications. And then the third thing, not having success with the others, are immunotherapy or allergy shots.
If pollen is really getting to you, limit your time outside or wear face coverings or wrap-around sunglasses if cutting the grass. Susie Cool, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 192 points at 39,248. The NASDAQ is up 51. The S&P up 19 points now. KDKA Radio News Time 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Gene Sains in the Strip since 1931. It's Rob Pratt for Gene Sains. Great tradition, great history, and they appreciate their customers. So much so, they're doing something that they've never done before. Their first ever sale of blinds up to 20% off. And we're talking Hunter Douglas blinds. It's happening 10 days only, May 9th through the 20th, 412-471-8224. And remember, they're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4, or by appointment. And learn more at GeneSainsWindowFashions.com.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. And here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Piggybacking on what Paul Alexander challenged all of you with, dropping 40 pounds by the 4th. Sounds crazy, right? Well, I dropped 5 pounds my first week and continue dropping weight every single week with Awaken 180. You already know that, but that puts the time frame in perspective, doesn't it? 40 by the 4th. Simple, better, yet attainable. Put the goal on your calendar and knock it out. Know what you'll find after you do? Dropping the weight with Awaken 180 open doors for dozens of other goals. The ability to sleep through the night, being more active with your kids, fitting comfortably in a seat at the ballpark, tossing out your sleep apnea machine. The list goes on. Awaken 180 is the cheat code we all need, and luckily we all have access to. Drop your 40 by the 4th and celebrate the day confident the weight's going to stay off thanks to free support for life. It starts with just one call to Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Dial 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Digging the Genesis. What's up, Kath?
And Marty, traffic on the inbound side of the Parkway East, a little slow at Edgewood-Swissvale, making your way into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. Looks pretty good, though, on the city side as you come out of the tunnels and head down toward Bates Street. Inbound on the Parkway West, still looking at some slow traffic right around the top of Green Tree Hill. 79 looks good. No major issues over on 28. We do have roving maintenance crews working on the outbound side. Right now, I'm not seeing any delays. With AAA Traffic, I'm Kathy Bergman on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM at AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be cloudy and cooler than recent days with rain at times, an high of 62. Some rain and drizzle at times tonight, though 51. Mostly cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two and a high around 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
While we're on the subject of education, look, at the end of the day, this is up to mom and dad. I love my man from A-plus schools. And I think it's nice that they're spending a lot of money to send out letters and to text parents. However, unless both of your parents are out of the house, dead, whatever, it's on you. And if parents don't take responsibility, what the hell are we supposed to do? This problem is insane. To imagine that there are school districts where 60% of the kids are truant. That's a disaster, folks. Here's another impending disaster. I have talked to my kids in different grades about cheating. There is nothing, there's also school stuff that aggravates me more. I've used AI a little bit, but just to mess with posts on Facebook, because it has a feature now where you can use artificial intelligence. But as we talk to our kids just about every night, because one of our things is we have dinner together, and there's a massive amount of cheating happening in schools across the country with Chat GPT. Is it GPT, Patrick?
It's GPT, and there's a couple others out there, too.
But the kids that I heard from are using this Chat GPT. Before I get into specifics, for folks who don't know what this is, tell them how it works, Patrick. It's fascinating, actually.
Well, essentially, and there's many ways to do this. They can do it on their phones now.
Yep.
So they can, essentially talk to the chatbot and tell it what they want. So write me an essay on this topic covering these points, and it will spit something out pretty quickly.
And so check this out, because he's right on. So, Ariane, I know this irritates you because it irritates the hell out of me. So they'll have an essay question in class right now at Mount Lebanon with 20 computers and 20 kids and a teacher walking around. They'll plug the essay question into the Chat GPT, and they'll let Chat GPT answer their essay question with the teacher walking around.
In 2 seconds. It pops up in like half a second. It's so quick.
Patrick, tell us how it works, though. What's going on there with this process?
Well, they're using this artificial intelligence computer model. So it searches for the information and filters through. But what we've learned is you also can't trust some of these AI bots.
Well, we had lawyers on to say there are now lawsuits for the mistakes.
Yeah.
Plus, it's also cheating.
Well, there are Harvard studies and others that have taken deep dives on these, and the longer they go, the more likely they are to pass off false information. It's wild.
You know what bothers me? My son's in 8th grade, and he knows 2 kids that use it every day.
That's crazy.
That's bull crap,
that is
man.
So crazy.
Wow.
Patrick, 8th graders.
I don't know if you can even blame them, though, because they're just using the technology. I mean,
you can blame them. Absolutely, you can blame them.
I mean, if I'm an 8th grader, though, and this is available to me, I'm going to try and use it.
I don't think
so. I find out my kid's doing that. My size 13 is going to explore his backside.
Yeah, I get that, but I can't really blame the kids because it's
very attractive.
Yeah, it's attractive.
But if it's your kid,
right? Oh yeah, that's a different story.
Your dad would.
I would kill them. Yeah.
Your dad would snap.
Right, but we all know, I'm sure, as if we were kids at this time, we would be wanting to use it too.
If you can't blame the kid, you haven't taught them right and wrong.
No, hold on, though, because I see what she's saying.
You can still
especially with papers. Last minute, boom.
Yeah.
And Patrick,
you
how
can
long?
get it in a second, so why? Yeah.
I mean, in college,
Crazy.
at our fraternity house, I mean, there was an essay archive that people would pass around, and had, the brothers had access to papers that previous students had filed.
Yeah.
So, yes, cheating's been around forever. It's gotten more high tech, but come on, it doesn't make it right.
No,
No,
I'm
she's
not saying that. Yeah.
But if you look at data, about 70% of people cheat every single day. And this just makes it fast. So now, Patrick, so these kids cheat, and the teachers know this is happening. So they run it through this, and I don't know how this works. How does it detect this?
There are tools that can scan through, submissions that these kids, turn in, and they'll run them through engines that are tied to, say, ChatGPT. They'll use the same tools to detect whether or not it was created by AI or not.
Yeah, just like how, our papers would get scanned for plagiarism or whatever.
Yeah.
My son said that one of his teachers puts really tiny words on a page, and so that he knows if they're cheating, because that would turn up in the AI-generated content. Those tiny words that the kids or AI didn't see.
Oh, that's funny.
So now they're playing games to catch these idiots.
It's smart. I mean, you got to do something.
Yep.
This is a philosophical question, because if I was a parent, I would be outraged. But to Ariana's point, most of the guys I know that I went to high school with would at some point somehow cheat. Cut a corner. Doesn't sound as smarmy, but cheat. And in college, now you can get a paper fast.
Yeah. Seconds.
And with kids, though, because Patrick makes a good point, I think, and in a very nice way, I told my kids, because they're telling us this stuff, which tells me it's available to them too, right? If you don't have an answer to a question, why not use Chat GPT? Because it's cheating and lying. Now, Patrick also made another point. These schools have rules. So, if you're in the Air Force Academy or the Naval Academy or at a private school, Central Catholic, they will kick your butt out. However, in many of the public schools, they don't want to expel kids, so they can cheat and cheat and cheat again and again and again. I think as the technology evolves, right, the rules need to change. Don't you think, Ariana?
Yeah, I think that would totally make sense.
Don't you think that they need to make it scare the out of these kids?
For sure. That's the thing, is I think they don't think there's any consequences.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Until they see someone facing the consequences, no. It's not real until you see it happen.
And I can preach all I want to my son or daughter about it's unethical and I have a different standard, but when I was my son's age, I was stealing cars. You know what I'm saying? When I was my son's age, I was stealing a lot of stuff that I thought was funny and cute. You know what I mean? And I smarmied my way through high school and college, is what I'm saying. And none of it I'm proud of, but my point is I was always looking for some angle, including stealing cars. And my point is, boys will be boys sometimes, and I think it's up to us to make sure they know going into this game that you're playing with fire in this house if you cheat, right?
Well, you found out when you got caught stealing a car.
He's right.
You got burned.
Well, I did steal again, though. But my point is, here's my thing with my daughter, Chloe. She has a very high standard for work ethic and morals and all this craziness. So my point, Patrick, is if you're in 8th grade and you start this pattern of cheating, you're going to cheat when you're 50 years old.
Totally.
Right?
Yep.
Because you got away with it.
If you start it young, you get away with it, it's only going to get worse.
I used to take, my mom, she's passed, but I used to take quarters from her purse to get candy bars. One started with a quarter, then I went 50 cents, then I went 75 cents, then $1, until she caught me. My point is, if they don't learn now that this is a horrible thing to do, they establish themselves for a lifetime of cheating. Because, Patrick, you're smart. He's my tech man. This stuff's only going to get better.
Oh, yeah, it's going to get better, but, again, so do the methods of catching people doing it, too.
You hope.
So one evolves with the other.
I was telling my kids about a woman that worked at a car dealership here that I won't name. And she ran the books. She started paying her bill, like electric bill. Okay? Then she paid her house payment. Fast forward 5-7 years. She bought houses. She took private jet flights. She got celebrity appearances at concerts. She stole $16 million from a car dealership. Why? Because she could. And it started with one payment. And I told my kids, you get a little taste of, I use Chat GPT and no one caught me. You end up in a pattern of becoming a cheater for the rest of your life, and that's not cool. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis of Monroeville. Hey, Kath.
Hi, Marty, and we do have a little bit of traffic over on the Parkway East into the Squirrel Hill Tunnels, and also as you head up onto the outbound side of the Fort Pitt Bridge. It's also slow on the Portal Bridge to the outbound Fort Pitt Bridge. Inbound Parkway West, you'll find those delays right around Parkway Center. Everything else seems to be moving pretty well. Not seeing any problems over on the inbound side of the Parkway North. That is clear, and those HOV lanes now open on the outbound side. With AAA traffic, I'm Kathy Bergren on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
KDKA, covered by Rhino Shield. Looks like paint and lasts for decades with a 25-year warranty.
When my parents passed, we sat down with Julian Gray, who's now become a close friend, at grayouterlaw.com. I'm serious. He relieved so much pain for us, so much financial stress. Laid out for us my parents' estate. The taxes went to court for us. Represented our family like no one else has ever done. Now I send all my closest friends there all day long. Julian Gray is the best in the business. There is no comparison, folks. grayouterlaw.com, grayouterlaw.com.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-254-4574. 800-254-4574. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-254-4574 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-254-4574 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-254-4574.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. The Beaver County Chamber of Commerce named Lance Grable as its next president. Grable, who had been executive editor of the Beaver County Redevelopment Authority and director of the County Office of Planning and Redevelopment, was hired after a search that had been headed by Chamber Vice Chair Paul Hoback. The Beaver County Chamber of Commerce is the 11th biggest chamber of commerce in the Pittsburgh region, with 501 members, according to the Pittsburgh Business Times Book of Lists. Also, Duolingo announced yesterday it had strong earnings in the first quarter of the year, and thus was raising its guidance for 2024. It saw total revenue of $167.6 million, up 45% from the same time a year ago. Net income was $27 million, up from a loss of $2.6 million during the same time last year. Total revenue topped analyst predictions. Yahoo Finance had predicted it would range between $163.58 million and $167.54 million, with an average estimate of $165.68 million. As a result of the high revenue, the company updated its guidance for the full year of 2024. It expects revenue to range from $726.5 million to $735.5 million. The previous high end was forecasted just below $730 million. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Really cool golf tournament. First of all, I love these guys, Shenderovich and Fishman. Really cool tournament, May 28th, Valley Brook Country Club. Benefits About the Warrior, which is an amazing, amazing, amazing charity. To participate, visit 98twinsgolf.com. And also, Smail key Instant Access, click away, email us instantaccess@kdkra.com. We use it all the time. So, Patrick, explain, like I was telling you, this teacher catches these kids. And my wife kind of clarified, how does a teacher, my son's teacher, 8th grader, catch these kids cheating? What's he doing? Oh, sorry.
What he's doing is he's putting little words that they don't see because the font's so tiny, so that when they copy and paste it into the Chat GPT or whatever AI bot they're using, it takes those words into account for whatever it's creating, and it may even change the topic. So they're getting bad information and off-topic results that basically bust them right away.
He's setting them up, Ariana, to catch them, right?
Yeah, as he should.
As he should.
Smart.
The kids think they're outsmarting the teacher.
Some of them do.
Yeah.
I want to grab Ryan, who's going to call us. He has an interesting comment about this. And I want to hear what you guys think. This is flat out cheating and lying. It's the same as stealing. Like when someone steals money from a billionaire, they say he doesn't need it. It's stealing, isn't it not?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, one of my favorite people. Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, guys. I'm doing well. Thanks for reaching out.
Throw it out there.
So, just devil's advocate, I agree with you guys 100%. If I catch my kids doing it, they're in a lot of trouble. But, these kids are in a tough spot now. They have technology at their fingertips everywhere they go. They gorge in technology. It's shoved in their face. Use technology. They have this at their fingertips. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. They're being told to take advantage of your opportunity, take advantage of what's out there. And, when it's right in front of your face, apparent that you can use this technology, that's a hard ask to say, hey, wait, not for this, but for this.
But hold on, Ryan. When you're explicitly told by your teacher, do not do this, and they're doing it, big problem.
Yeah, that is a big problem. That's another one for me too. Like I go back, obviously you guys know me. I wasn't like the A+ kid in the back of the class listening to everything, but I think maybe that is a at home situation where you listen to your parents, because a lot of the times when the teacher tells you to do something, okay, yeah, if it's right in front of you.
No. But by the way, Aaron, I see what the hell he's saying. It's right there, man. I mean,
Right,
Ryan,
that's
it's
what I
right
was
there,
saying.
brother.
Yeah, right there.
Right.
It's like your dad's car sitting there with the keys in it, and it's a Corvette, and your son, he says, "Don't you drive that damn car? I'm going out of town." And the son's girlfriend comes over and he drives the damn car, right? Right?
Exactly. Yes. It's too. I mean, it's too hard of a fail. Like it's right in front of you, and how can you not use it?
But
I mean, I guess you would have to be disciplined to not do it.
Yeah, but here's what the lesson is. Because you can use AI to do a painting now. So you want your son, you send him to Carnegie Mellon Art School, the best in the world, and instead of painting it himself, he uses AI to paint it. It's stealing, it's lying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. And I don't know that it gets to that extent at that, at that university or at that level. But you're right. If it happens at this level,
Unless the
what's
assignment's creating that piece of art with AI.
There's an
you
element
can use
of
the
this
tools,
is
but you can also abuse them.
There's an element of this is dangerous at any level, Ryan.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
By the way,
I agree.
How
I was
you
just
feeling, brother?
I feel great, really. I was thinking that the other day. I heard someone told me that had this done like a couple years ago. Said after 2 years you feel really good. It's been almost a year and a half, and I'm feeling really good. So,
in case you know why I'm asking him why he feels good, we, along with his wonderful daughter, my amazing wife, helped Daddy get a kidney, and Daddy's the man.
Oh, you guys are the real heroes, and we may have another one on the rise as a young kid looking. So I'll be reaching out to Patrick soon. Yeah.
And his daughter, no exaggeration, is one of the best softball players in America. How old is she?
Thank you. She's 12, just turned 12.
What about the pressure on her to always be good at something like that, to perform at such a high level? Do you worry she might burn out?
We were just talking about that, and I don't, because she has so much passion. She's one of those kids where, you say, hey, where's Danielle, or you call her name, and you hear her hitting a ball in the garage, or you hear her out. She came home from school yesterday and went for a jog just because she wanted to be outside.
And as long as they love it, I'm cool with it. But when we start shoving it up there, you know what? And they burn out, because I've seen this with young kids. They quit a sport they did for 10 years because they're burnt out. You got to be careful there, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And you also have to remember, just because your child is good at something doesn't mean it's their passion. So you have to listen to the kid.
And
you really
by the way,
do.
how old is she?
12.
And how many people does she have following her? Social media?
118,000.
So my point is, this 12-year-old girl is also an influencer. So everything she does is being watched.
Correct.
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. What he said is so relevant. So now we put all this stuff. It's like all the cookies in the cookie jar, and your mom says, don't touch those cookies, and then your mom leaves the house. It ain't easy. It's not easy at all, is it?
It seems like just yesterday when I captured my son's first steps, or when we recorded his soccer games on VHS tapes. Those moments are gone. But the old home movies and pictures don't need to be. That's why my son created Legacy Box.
That's right, Mom. Over 1 million families have used Legacy Box to digitally preserve their old home movies and photos.
Simply fill Legacy Box with your old camcorder tapes, film, and photos. They will professionally digitize and send them back on DVDs, thumb drive, or the cloud.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's the perfect time to get your Legacy Box and save your family's history. After all, few things are as important as protecting your precious memories. Give your mom a Mother's Day present she'll never forget. Legacy Box is offering a 60% discount. Order yours today and take advantage of our best Mother's Day sale ever. Visit legacybox.com/value, and for a limited time, get an incredible 60% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value for 60% off. legacybox.com/value.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for Mom.
Man, I was so sick recently. I was lying in the hospital bed at UPMC Presby and then Montefiore, thinking, here we go again with this serious illness. I haven't felt that bad in years and thought, I'm so tired of this. And then the UPMC folks stepped in. And the kindness and the consideration and the expertise. I'm serious about this. Literally has me back on my feet, feeling 100% again. UPMC, life-changing, life-saving information.
I'm Bob Pompiani here with Diane from Ireland Contracting. We're talking about the intensity of those storms.
I couldn't believe how bad they were. My dog was going crazy. Any issues with your home?
My home seems to be fine, but I have been hearing reports of damage from all over. Hey, neighbors, if the storms cause any issues to your roof, siding, gutters, windows, Ireland Contracting is here to help make your home safe, comfortable, and looking its best.
That's right. You know we will.
Contact Ireland Contracting, the best in the business, and their award-winning customer service, 1-800-NEW-ROOF, or visit IrelandContracting.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's overcast and 61 at Pittsburgh International. 12 o'clock now. I'm Paul Rasmussen. The state Senate has passed and sent to the House a tax relief proposal that would cut Pennsylvania's personal income tax from 3.07 to 2.8%. The vote was 36-14. Senate President Pro Tempore Kim Ward told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffn the proposal also eliminates the gross receipts tax.
It affects the broadest number of people in the Commonwealth. So, there are other taxes, but these taxes affect everybody, small business, families, even big business when it comes to the gross receipt tax.
The Westmoreland County lawmaker said Senate Bill 269 will add up to a $3 billion tax cut. Homeowners in the Washington School District are likely to see a small property tax increase. The Washington School Board approved this week a preliminary budget that includes a millage rate increase. An Observer Reporter story says the average homeowner will see a tax increase of no more than $20. Penn American Water is asking regulators to approve a 25% rate increase, but there's word this morning the utility may not get all it is asking for. Administrative law judges with the Public Utility Commission are recommending an increase that's half as much. The PUC is expected to issue a final ruling in July. First responders were called to the scene of a fatal accident last night on the Boulevard of the Allies. A collision between a vehicle and a motorcycle happened just after 9:30 near UPMC Mercy. A Clareton man riding the cycle was taken to the ER in grave condition. 33-year-old Dante Hairston died a short time later. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 159 points at 39,216. The Nasdaq is up 12 points, and the S&P is up 11. A winning Cash 5 ticket sold in Westmoreland County is worth more than $2.6 million. The Pennsylvania Lottery says that Cash 5 ticket sold for Wednesday's drawing was purchased at Shop and Save on William Penn Highway in Murraysville. KDKA Sports. After weeks of speculation, the Pirates are calling up pitching phenom Paul Skeens from Indianapolis. News Radio KDKA's Susie Cool has more.
In 7 starts with AAA Indianapolis, righty hurler Paul Skeens has absolutely dominated this season. A .99 ERA, 45 strikeouts, 98 of his 422 pitches hitting triple digits. A slider he throws 25.1% of the time. And sports director for 93.7 The Fan, Jeff Hathorn, told the Big K Morning Show that Skeens is ready.
He's ready. Let's go. Let's bring him up. There's a need. Now it's to the point, and I think it's just part of the plan. They were, as they said often during this process, that they needed to check boxes. And Saturday, he'll check that big box.
Pirates fans, get ready because Skeens is scheduled to make his MLB debut on Saturday at PNC Park against the Chicago Cubs. First pitch is set for 4:05. Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, making life better, one roof at a time. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. Time to call Shenderovich and Fishman. Why pay 40% when you can pay 25%? Call 888-98-TWINS. It's overcast and 61 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. If you're enrolling in Medicare for the first time, within the next 12 months, you're going to get slammed with phone calls. The information can be overwhelming. So, every company is trying to get your attention. Your needs are as unique as your fingerprint. So, get with the experts at MediConnect. They're the best. They work with all carriers. 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334. The best.
Knows it's so much more than that. It's your commuting chariot, your road trip refuge, your I just need a reason to get out of the house. Your car is there for everything. And for everything car, there's Kelley Blue Book. Need a new set of wheels? Price it on Kelley Blue Book. Problem under the hood? Fix it with Kelley Blue Book. Can another car do the job better? Trade it or sell it on Kelley Blue Book. We're here mile after mile, moment after moment. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it. KBB.com it. Visit KelleyBlueBook.com to get the journey started.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LIMO for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LIMO for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LIMO.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic followed by Bowser and Genesis. Samantha, good morning. What's up?
Hey, Marty. Parkway West inbound slowing down right near Green Tree Hill. It'll tap your brakes a few times heading toward the Fort Pitt Tunnel. There's a construction vehicle on the shoulder right near the tunnel, so just be aware of that. On the city side, Fort Pitt Boulevard is backed up to Wood Street. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
This afternoon will be cloudy and cooler than recent days with rain at times and a high of 62. Some rain and drizzle at times tonight, though 51. Mostly cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two and a high around 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up? Marty Griffin. I'm here. 10 to 2 every day. Spread the word. I had one of my favorite people, one of the best doctors in the world, Don Yealy, this morning, texted me. He's the chief medical officer at UPMC. He's the top doctor in a hospital system that has 75,000 employees, so you got to understand how smart he is. And he's used to hearing me at 4 in the morning with Larry. And he wasn't aware that I have moved to 10 to 2. And because he's so bright and so engaging and kind, he didn't want to ask me if I'm sick again. So he sends me a text and it says, "You okay?" And I send him back a text saying, "Are you hearing something about some new tests?" He did not know that I was on a new time. Tell everyone I'm on a new time. There was a video that went viral. More than 100 million people saw it. It was this wonderful man at the Greater Pitt International Airport, Pittsburgh International. And he was literally hunched over a cart, right, Patrick? Like a cleaning cart, actually.
Yeah. John Beatty,
yep.
We know him as Honest John, was pushing his custodial cart. He's a custodian at the airport.
And Ariana, when you first saw the video, it made you, it kind of touched.
Oh, yeah. It pulls at your heartstrings because it was a little sad to watch.
Yeah. In the audio from the guy who posted it said, "Why is this man doing this? You know who this man is? Remember? 100 million people." Well, John reached out to me because we go way back, because he did something stupendous. Actually, he found a diamond engagement ring in the airport out there. He cleaned in the airport, and I found him and gave him love and called him Honest John, and that name stuck. Samantha, can you play that piece, please? We have the piece that we did with him. But here's the thing about it. When I saw that face in that video, I remembered you from back in the day. We met about 12 years ago.
Yeah.
You found a ring in the bathroom here.
Yeah.
Did you not? What happened?
Well, a lady had taken the ring off and put it on her knee to put some hand cream on, stood up because her flight was boarding and dropped the ring. Didn't know she dropped it. And I was cleaning the gate at the time, found it and put it in my pocket and turned it into a supervisor. He turned it in at the front desk, and here it turned out to be a ring worth $25,000. Wow. And the lady had already flown back to Utah, found out about it, and then they sent it to her.
So, at the time when we talked, what did I call you?
Honest John.
Honest John.
Yeah.
You are honest.
Yeah.
That stuck, that name, didn't it?
Yeah.
People call him Honest John. Love him. Thing about him, Patrick, he was so unassuming. In Ariana, he was so kind.
He was.
And he was so humble.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to retire. Right?
Yep.
So he wanted to raise a bunch of money, but then he didn't want to retire. And he, I mean, it was, and here's what really bothered me. My man was so proud. He had physical limits, and he was sick, actually. He had this lung ailment that really made it difficult for him to walk.
Yep.
And because he was so humble, he would walk to his car every day. Took a mile just to get to the car.
Yeah, no airport employee shuttles.
No.
He had to walk.
And then he would go home, watch some TV, have a beer, and go to sleep. Very low key.
Yep.
Well, he passed on Monday. Who did we hear it from, Patrick? The airport call.
Oh, no, his brother called first.
Oh, his brother, Tom.
Yeah, Tom.
And I wanted to grab his brother and sister because we have some good news for them in this story that's very sad because we love them. He was so humble that national reporters actually from CBS reached out to me, NBC, Inside Edition, the syndicated show, and wanted to profile him, and he didn't want to. He just didn't want the attention. And I have his brother on the phone and his sister. Hi, Tom.
Good afternoon, Marty.
Hi, Donna.
Good afternoon, Marty. Hi.
How are you guys?
Doing okay. Doing well, hon.
Well, it's kind of sad losing John. How did you guys hear?
Donna, go ahead. How did I hear about John's passing?
Yes, ma'am.
We got a phone call on Monday morning saying to get up at the hospital as soon as we can. John was failing. So we got up there just in time.
He was a wonderful man, right? Very low, very low key, very quiet, right? Donna, describe him for us.
He was
Go ahead, Donna.
very
Tom,
private.
Go ahead, Donna. Tom, you can go next. Sorry.
Yeah, he was like we said before, very, very private. I mean, we haven't seen John for quite a while.
Aww.
But like you said, he would go to work and do his job, and come home and relax and watch all his DVDs
Yes,
and
I
his
remember
TV
this.
shows.
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Tom. Tom,
Yeah.
did you know about this video that 100 million people saw?
I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah.
But John, when I was talking to him, when he told me when all this happened, he was saying, all these people saw me doing my job.
Aww.
And he said it kind of embarrassed me. And I said, what, and he said, then I got interviewed by Marty. And he said, now it's all this. He said, but I'm not going to let it go to my head. He said, I'm just going to do my job every day and live my life. And that's exactly what he did.
And it's fair to say, Tom, that he struggled physically for a while, is it not, sir?
He found out about this lung disease 2 years ago.
Yep.
And the doctor said he had some sort of a ball of something. They thought it might have been a cancerous tumor at first. And they did testing, and they said, no, it's a bacteria ball. So I drove him to the hospital, and they did a testing where they take a piece of it. And, oh, Lord, he was so bad after they did that test and just coughing and couldn't get his breath. But anyhow, then it came back he had some sort of a rare bacteria. So the doctor put him on these pills, and he took it for 2 years. And then something happened. I don't know what it was, what triggered it, but all of a sudden it just ballooned, and it started going crazy all through his lungs.
Don, he loved his job at the airport. You know that, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, I know he did.
He was very kind. So I wanted to reach out to you because Patrick's here. And Patrick, we loved him, and we took it upon ourselves to set up a GoFundMe account. And I know there's issues with money for cremation and or burial. And Patrick has some news for you because, quite frankly, Patrick's the guru here and set up the fund, and we have thousands of dollars. Tell them what's happening with this fund right now, Patrick.
Yeah, so after we learned of John's passing, I did put an update out there to everyone who's donated to the GoFundMe. Obviously we didn't get to the goal for him to retire in time, but we'd like to turn those funds over to you guys. There's about $6,000 there that should help with funeral costs. And it's going to take a few days for all that to transfer over. Once it is, we'll take care of that.
Okay?
That would be totally fantastic.
Are you okay with that, Donna?
Yes, thank you so much.
It's what John would have wanted. Ariana, when you met him, you wanted to hug him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. He really was such a sweet guy. He really was.
It's very rare that I meet someone that humble in the world where everybody wants attention. He wanted none of it, and I loved him for it. And it was so kind of him to even talk to us because he had no interest in that attention. And he really wanted nothing from anyone other than to say hello when he was working. And I miss him. I love seeing him at the airport. And every time I saw him out there, I said hi. And I'm so glad I got to meet both of you and talk to both of you. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you for everything that you've done for us. We really appreciate it.
He's a good man.
Marty, thank you so much.
We love you both. And like Patrick, it'll take a couple days, but this will be resolved.
Yeah, it'll take a couple of days. And Tom, I've got your number. We'll be in touch.
All right, guys?
All right, then. All right. Well, thank you so much, Marty.
Thank you guys for caring. Take it easy.
You too, Marty.
Thank you, hon. Bye.
One of those guys that was a great one and never realized it or understood it. One of those guys that made a mark and never wanted to, just did his thing. And I'll tell you what he didn't want was sympathy or empathy. He wanted no one to feel sorry for him. And he struggled, man. Struggled to walk. He's a hell of a man. But his money will help. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Movement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Samantha, what's up out there?
Hey, Marty. Parkway West inbound slowing down right around Green Tree. Look out for a construction vehicle on the shoulder heading towards the Fort Pitt Bridge. And on the city side, Fort Pitt Boulevard is backed up to Wood Street. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
You've been told you have neuropathy. Tired of the burning, numbness, tingling? Tri-State Neuropathy Centers and Dr. Sean Ritchie, D.C. get results.
My legs were on fire from my toes to my knees. They were numb. I've gone to 46 doctors. I was desperate. Believe me, I was desperate. I would do anything to get better because my life wasn't the life I wanted. It's the first time I'm able to walk. I couldn't walk more than 3 or 4 steps. Now I can walk blocks.
And I went to doctors and they'd give me pills. My improvement has gone 60% and I'm on my way to 100%.
You know, don't listen to the neurologist when they tell you there's nothing that can be done. And once the nerve is dead, it's dead. Because there is something that can be done. I'm living proof of that.
Tri-State Neuropathy Centers. Suffering from neuropathy? Visit marydancedin.com or call 724-940-9000. That's 724-940-9000. Tri-State Neuropathy Centers with locations throughout the greater Pittsburgh area.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. Army combat veteran Eric Brew matches vets with Fortune 500 executives, offering year-long mentorships through the program American Corporate Partners. He explains how he and his wife both found career success through the program.
Wanted to be in veteran nonprofits, so they found me a nonprofit, expert. Gwen has become an important part of my life. My mentorship is over. We still speak at least once a month. It's an incredible process. My wife, when she went through the program, initially she was a logistics officer in the Army, and quickly she realized that's not what she wanted to do. They pivoted her mentorship, found her a entrepreneurial mentorship, and now she is building her own business.
Catch every episode of 60 Minutes, America's most watched news magazine show, as a podcast. Hear in-depth investigations across politics, news, and entertainment on your schedule. Listen to 60 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
There's obviously a bittersweetness to passing of John. In terms of being sweet, it allows us to remember his greatness and kindness, but it's bitter to lose him. He was a fixture at the airport for decades, actually. It was his thing. I want to mention two things that have hit the local news lately that are relevant and pertinent to all of us. Yesterday, and I was texting back and forth with Michael Bartley about this because he was prominent at QED, and then he wasn't, and then now no one is. And then a piece in the Post-Gazette today. Did you see it, Patrick? That someone's trying to sell it, and one of the blocks doesn't want it. Big fight. They're trying to sell the Post-Gazette. They want to dump it. Wow. Yeah, it's wild. It's a wild moment. And why is this relevant? I'll tell you why. And I'll use them as an example, and then we can expand from there. QED was a monster. It just was. I mean, insane programming. Chris Moore, man. Giant icon. Unbelievable award-winning documentaries out of Vietnam, and just fantastic reporting. Does nothing now, ever. In fact, and the guy's a talent, man. And I think the last time I talked to Chris, if you want to do a project at QED, you got to raise your own money. I mean, that's how bad it is. I'm not beating up on QED. I'm telling you how the business has changed dramatically, and it makes me sad, actually. I'm going to ask Ariana a question. When's the last time you remember watching anything on and she's young, she's in her 20s, ever on QED, ever, outside of Mr. Rogers?
At least 10 years.
Okay. Patrick?
It's probably been 5 at least.
At least.
If not longer.
And we're not beating them up.
No. They do great work when they do it.
Right. But they're gone, in essence.
Yeah. They're, the last couple of local projects.
Gone.
Yeah.
They used to do insanely good news coverage. They had all these talk kind of. Have you been over there? Unbelievable studios.
I've never been into their studios.
Oh.
No. Never made it over there.
They had the best switchers and studios and cameras in the entire market, and now no one uses any of it. It's horrible. It's been gutted. And Bart's was reaching out to me because he was prominent there. He was a star there.
Yeah.
And I love Michael Bartley. And he's mad that these people are gutting it. But is public television relevant when there's 67 channels and nothing on, as Bruce Springsteen says? No. When you can watch anything, anywhere, at any time, public television funded by the government to some degree, as we all know.
To a large degree.
To a large degree. Is it relevant? Less and less so. But what happens too is with public television is the more they lay off, the less they can do. Duh. And the less they do, the less relevant they become until they're not relevant at all, and then they're nothing. And it's sad. But it's the state of affairs in our business. The other thing about Post-Gazette. Reporter did a piece on myself and my wife. A profile piece. They come to your house, they talk to you, they take a couple pictures, and they go. Wonderful woman, wonderful piece. When she started at the Post-Gazette, there were over 300 reporters. Now there's fewer than 40. Think about it. I am a junkie for newspapers. When I get up at 5 a.m. now, the first place I go is the Post-Gazette. The second place I go is the Trib. Now, the Trib caved because Scaife, that was his baby. And Scaife used to write a check this is all truth, every month because he loved the Trib. And he kept it running with his own money. When he died, the Trib, in essence, went away. Is there even one day of home delivery from the Trib? No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Not in Allegheny County, anyway.
No. I go to the Trib second every day. And then I go to the networks and the Wall Street Journal. And every single thing I just mentioned, the Wall Street Journal has laid people off. New York Times has laid people off. It's horrible what's happening. Pre-pandemic till now, more than 6,000 newspapers have gone under. Gone. Bye-bye. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Nearly 70,000 journalists are on the streets. Now, for you idiots out there, and I mean that in the nicest way, you say it's because mainstream media sucks. No. It's because there's so much diffusion now in journalism and in content that they can't make money anymore. And when they can't make money, you end up with amateur hour. And you end up with TikTok, which you think is cute, but it ain't, because you don't get the truth half the time. And as I see the business that I grew up in and love and covet, and the journalists that I love and covet, the best reporters on earth are newspaper reporters. TV guys, radio guys, we scratch it. The radio, the TV guys scratch it. The newspaper guys, the newspaper females, they dig in. Television news networks. The networks used to have 300 foreign correspondents. Now they have less than a dozen. You folks think that doesn't matter until you look for news and you end up finding crap on Facebook or Twitter or X. Look, we have our stuff streaming on every platform now because it's good content and it's where it's at. But it's not where the truth is at. I get so frustrated with the lies that I see every single day on X. Flat out, bald-faced lies. And I promise you, I'm in my 60s, and I never went to the newspaper, whether it's the Trib or the Post-Gazette, and said, those are liars. I never did because they were reporters. And I loved QED, man, because I loved their docs. I loved the way they had in-depth reporting. I loved the entertainment value. I loved the concerts, and now it's all gone. And we can whine and moan all we want, but that curtain's closing fast. And my business, radio, television, is declining at a rapid rate. And you folks will miss it when it's gone, when the best place you can find anything is some BS website, some Twitter feed with someone shaking their butt, some lady making donuts. It's bad, and it's dangerous, because where do you get the truth? Stop this crap that all mainstream media reporters are liars. That's a bald-faced lie. Journalists chase the truth, and when the truth is gone, what are you left with? You tell me.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, Call now. 800-575-6481. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6481. That's 800-575-6481. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Andy Amrine here for my favorite sustainable gardening product, Pit Moss. Better Homes and Gardens named Pit Moss the #1 overall potting and peat-free soil. It's lightweight and requires 2/3 less water. For beautiful plants, buy Pit Moss at your local hardware or garden center.
Folks, you know I love CCAC, and here's why. College is expensive, and a lot of folks want to give their kids the best chance for a great future without going broke. Well, here you go. CCAC, 80% of the students there graduate debt-free. And because they spend their first 2 years there, they saved up to $72,000. Wow. They received a top-notch education, and they could either be headed to a straight-up dream job or continuing onto a 4-year university. CCAC, the place to begin.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Cloudy and 61 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Are we seeing more tornado activity in the last few years in southwestern Pennsylvania? Here's AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
A little bit more, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just if you look at the kind of like the march of where the severe weather has been, it's been just a little bit farther north. It's just been a northward creep, if you will.
Storms have confirmed tornadoes early Wednesday, one in Allegheny County, one in Westmoreland County, and several in both Ohio and West Virginia. First responders were called to the scene of a fatal accident last night on the Boulevard of the Allies. The collision between a vehicle and a motorcycle happened just after 9:30, right by UPMC Mercy. Declared the man riding the cycle was taken to the ER in grave condition. 33-year-old Dante Harrison died a short time later. A tax relief proposal was passed to Pennsylvania Senate, and News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
Senate Bill 269 would lower the personal income tax from 3.07 to 2.8%. Along with eliminating the gross receipts tax, President Pro Tempore Kim Ward says the proposal adds up to a cut of $3 billion. Ward told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffn inflation is the motive for the measure.
You know, I go to the grocery store every week, a couple times a week, and I think, how can people who are on the edge afford to buy these products? This food is expensive.
Ward estimates the average family would save $250 in taxes annually.
So that is shoes for your kids. That could be a family's electric bill. That could be the family's paying for their kids to be in clubs and sports.
The bill was sent to the House of Representatives for consideration. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is up 162 points. The NASDAQ up 25. The S&P 500 is up 13. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. I'm here to ask you if you'd like to make some positive changes in your body and health. If your answer involves weight loss, then I indeed can help. You can have that excess weight off in a matter of months. It'll be you and me throughout the process, everyday food, supplements, and accountability. Stop putting very important things off and call me today at 1-800-900-THIN. It could be a difference between life and death.
We all know what UV rays can do to our skin, but they can also do damage to your car. Keep that from happening with 303 Protectant. 303 Protectant keeps the sun's harmful rays from causing fading and cracking in rubber, plastic, or vinyl surfaces. From the dashboard to the tires, 303 Protectant keeps your car looking new longer. Get 303 Protectant today at Advance Auto Parts. Visit 303radio.com for more information.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call.
If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code MONTHFREE by May 31st. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
John Perry is one of my close friends. He's also one of the best attorneys in the country. Medical malpractice, catastrophic injury, Rosen and Perry. Look at the results, man. Look at the accolades. I've had family members go there. I've had friends go there because of their success. Serious about this. They are the professionals. Rosen and Perry. 412-281-4200. Rosen and Perry. Call them. Ask for John. 412-281-4200. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, that's my Irish. AAA Traffic Power Bowser in Genesis, that's my Yinzer. Samantha, what's up?
Looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, the Parkway West inbound slowing down right about Green Tree. Looking at the Parkway East going inbound, you'll see a little bit of backup right after the Edgewood Swissvale exit. On the city side, we're still seeing some backup on the Fort Pitt Boulevard up to Wood Street. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A cloudy, cool afternoon shaping up with rain at times and a high of 62, then occasional rain and drizzle tonight, though 51. Mainly cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two in the area, the high near 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I'm here with one of my boys. I love him. Because he's passionate, he's smart, and he's actually funny. Funny looking, as my dad would say.
Face for radio, baby.
Lance O'Brien, what's up, brother?
Not much. How you doing, my man?
Give everybody your title and your background, because I think this is important stuff we're going to get into.
Yeah, sure. Lance O'Brien. I'm the CEO of MediConnect. Second career for me. I've been there since 2015. And one of the biggest reasons why I got into this is my mom. This year will be 10 years since she passed, unfortunately. But she was afraid to go to the hospital when she was sick because she didn't know what it was going to cost her. And I didn't know if I knew what I knew now, right? So that was infuriating to me. Seriously.
That's
true
amazing.
story.
I never heard that from you.
Yeah, true story.
Wow. So stop before you say this is infomercial, this is crap. This is actually very important to me. It's actually personal. First of all, it's tough for people to admit that they're going to be 65. Don't you think?
Very tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because it means we're crossing over into a land we don't want to cross over into, right?
No, it's true.
Yeah, like we're like, well, now I'm starting to think about retirement and Social Security and Medicare and all those types of things.
I sound like an idiot here, but I never thought I'd be 65. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's good that you get there, right? You want to get there.
I have friends that are older than me that don't tell anyone they're 65.
Yeah.
I have friends in broadcasting. When I brought up that they had grandkids on the air, they went off on me because they didn't want anyone to know they had grandkids.
Yeah.
What the hell's that about?
I don't know. I don't understand. Age is just a number, right? Heck.
No, I hate it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And we're not going to make this about me, but we are because I'm turning 65 in a month or so.
Yes.
And I swear, I don't know squat about Medicare. Nothing. Zero. Is that common?
It's very common, right? So it's actually better from my vantage point. And what I mean by that is one of the number one questions we get is why do they make this so difficult? So here's what people do. They'll start doing a little bit of research on their own. Hey, I'm going to understand this and get clarity. And guess what happens, Marty? They start researching instead of getting clarity. They get more confused. Right. So the fact that you don't know anything and you're a blank canvas makes it a lot easier, because then we can just start in the education process, right? And
I have friends that said to hell with it and quit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what happens. And I'll be honest with you, when people actually do it on their own, that's when they make mistakes. And there's plenty of mistakes that can be made. Plenty. Penalties, network problems, formulary, drug coverage problems. There's so many problems that you can run into when it comes to your Medicare.
What's the difference between Medicare and Medicaid? Everybody gets them all confused.
Yeah, so Medicare is basically what you generally age into.
Right.
Now, you can get it before then, right? But generally you get it at 65. It has to do with it's one of our entitlement programs, right?
Yeah.
Medicaid is welfare.
Right.
That's a financial
Kids and
qualification.
families and-
You got it. Now, you can have Medicare and Medicaid at the same time. Some people don't realize that.
Oh.
Yes, you can have both of those.
So, do I have to get Medicare? Do I have to?
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Really?
Yeah.
See, because I don't know. I am not making this up. I do not know.
So some of it has to do with, are you going to work past the age of 65?
Yeah.
Right? And if you're going to have coverage through somebody else who's working, right? Because we were talking a little bit off air.
Of course.
There's other factors that go into it, right? So, but the number of people in your company can affect it too. If you have less than 20 people, then yeah, you have to get Medicare even if you're going to keep working. There's a lot of different rules.
Patrick, have you gone through this with any family members or anything? It's very confusing.
Incredibly confusing.
And
it's stressful.
I know folks that have been on the phone with different agencies for 3 days. Is that fair?
Very fair. What a lot of people do is they're like, well, I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call this one, try to get the information, where the good thing about what we do is we work with all of them. We focus on the education, so you can make one phone call instead of 10 phone calls.
Okay, Lance O'Brien with Medicare. Who is all of them? What you just said, what does that even mean?
All the different carriers, right? Because there's UPMC, Highmark, Aetna, United Healthcare, Humana, Cigna, Allwell. There's a lot of them. There's 70.
I get 10 letters a day now.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's what really started this conversation with you and I, right? Is you were like, dude, I'm getting all this mail. I got a stack. What the heck do I do? Right? You know, and that's what's happening is they're getting all this stuff and they don't know what to do with it. And think about it this way. All their working life, they didn't do the work for their health insurers. HR did it.
Yeah.
Now they get to Medicare, right? And now that they're Medicare age, they have to figure it out. And I think that's really where we come in, because you could think of us as the HR department. We work with all those carriers. There's not a cost for our service. Like, we really simplify the process.
My wife is a magnificent woman and is really good at this stuff. And Patrick's my partner in all this craziness. I just don't like the minutia. I have no interest in any of this crap. And I think that's pretty common, isn't it?
It is. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
Again, true story, just happened in the last year. A gentleman who writes Medicare law. That's his job. The laws for Medicare.
Yeah.
When it was time for him to get onto Medicare, guess who he called?
You.
Yeah, because he didn't know what to do in the actual function of getting onto Medicare. It's crazy.
So you get all these letters. How do you even know who to call in those letters if you don't have someone like yourself?
You don't. You just start kind of doing self-research. You'll search the internet. You might call a carrier. And the problem with calling listen, we have great relationships with the carriers. We love all the carriers. The problem is, though, is if you call a carrier directly, you're only going to get their slice of the pie. Right? If a pie's got 8 pieces, which there's 70 plans to choose from in Allegheny County if you go with a Medicare. 70.
Crap.
Right? Among all those different carriers. So if you call carrier A,
stop with the notes.
You're only going to get one slice of the pie.
Wow. 70, bro.
70.
Wow. And they all want me to stay with them. Like UPMC would want me to stay with them.
Well, yeah, if you call UPMC as an example, they're going to say, here's the best plan for you. It might be the best plan they have in their portfolio, but it might not be the best plan for Marty Griffin.
Wow, I love this.
That's where we really come in. We weed through all those plans.
Patrick, do you know this stuff?
A little bit. Well, from our chats with Lance, that's how I've learned a little bit about this. Now, my mother-in-law, she is, I think, in her second year on Medicare, and it's time for her to start looking at other plans. Well, she's like, well, I'm just going to renew. I said, whoa, do you know what you're paying? Do you know what the other options are out there? She's like, no, not really, but I think I'm just going to do it anyway. I said, well, hold up. Before you do that, you could be way overpaying.
No, he's right?
I told her she needs to reach out to MediConnect.
Totally right.
And they will step her through because she has doctors with AHN. She has doctors with UPMC.
Oh.
But I don't know that she's necessarily on the right plan where she can do all the doctors she needs. I think some of them are out of her plan. They're not
out of network.
What she
Yeah.
needs.
Yeah. So what we do is we kind of go through the Medicare education. This is how it works, right? Then we get into the private insurance options. Then we check prescriptions, we check physicians, and then we show you plan benefits. So we take that funnel of 70 plans, we'll bring it down to 2 or 3. And I do think something that really separates us is a lot of insurance people, they think car salesmen, right? Because car salesmen work on commission, right? So they're just trying to sell you a plan. All of our agents, we have over 20 of them, they're salaried. So when they sit down across the table from you, they're not actually enticed to make a sale. They're there to help you understand so you can make a good decision.
You're free, too.
We're free.
So what's your end?
So our end is simply this. The reason why it's really important for us to work with all the carriers is once we walk somebody through the whole process and they sign up with a carrier, we get compensated by that carrier. So again, if we sit across the table from someone and we only do 2 companies, then what are we going to do? We're going to do what's best for us and get them into one of those 2 companies. The fact that we work with all those carriers, it doesn't matter to us the name on the card. We just want to make sure they get the best plan for their budget, their health issues, their medications, their travel habits, all of that. And then once we sign them up, then we get compensated, and the compensation is standardized among those carriers.
You do all this work?
We do all of it.
Man, that would make me crazy.
Listen, if I had to come in here and run the whole radio show, I would go crazy too, because I don't do it every day, but we do this every day. It's just simple for us.
Can you hang?
I can hang.
We're going to start a journey with me today because I think it helps everybody else. All right?
Absolutely.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser and Genesis. What's up, Sam?
Hey, Marty. Looking at the Parkway West inbound, we're seeing some slowdown right around Green Tree. And looking at the Parkway East going inbound, we're seeing some backup right around the Edgewood Swissvale exit. On the city side, we're still seeing some backup on Fort Pitt Boulevard up to Wood Street. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Each year, UPMC performs the highest number of heart catheterization procedures in the region.
UPMC is doing amazing things with catheter-based therapies. There's a lot of technology out there that has really transformed medicine and can really benefit our patients. We have a variety of procedures to treat the most complex diseases to help patients feel better and regain their quality of life.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
Hi, I'm Mark Cuban, entrepreneur, businessman, and TV fan. People always come to me for investment advice. So here's a quick tip for you. Stop overpaying for cable and switch to Philo. What's Philo? It's the best way to watch more than 70 of your favorite channels and save big on your monthly bills. You can stream top channels like AMC, A&E, Discovery, Live, and On Demand. Philo's also got a library with thousands of hours of movies and shows just waiting for you. Plus, an unlimited DVR that lets you save all your favorites and rewatch them for up to 1 year. All of this for just $25 a month. You don't need me to tell you that this is a deal you need to make. Philo, now and forever.
Head on over to philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv. And start your 7-day free trial now.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
It's what's happening.
Reports indicate Hamas has agreed to a ceasefire.
Right now.
If Israel is forced to stand alone, Israel will stand alone.
Left lunatics. The state of hate has become a boiling point.
The judge has gagged me, and I'm not allowed to talk about, I guess, his total conflict.
Keeping you informed.
We're seeing our courts weaponized
and up to date
for political purposes.
Check in often
with 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tell you what, Mark Sorrell, one of my good friends, sent me these pictures. Wow. Oakmont Bakery, Mother's Day. Wow. Mom's cakes. You know what? I'm going. Salted caramel. Oh, yeah. Chocolate dream. Oh, yeah. White almond flavors. Oakmont. Oh, wow. Heart-shaped brownie cake. Delicious. I'll tell you what. Before you hook up Mom, you got to go to Oakmont Bakery. Check it out. The best. It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A secret hoard of $10 gold Liberty coins from the late 1800s to early 1900s has been found. These gorgeous gold Liberty coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available in any specific date. Coin experts are calling the secret U.S. gold coin discovery a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you can own a piece of the hoard. When you call, you are guaranteed a specific date gold Liberty struck at the iconic Philadelphia Mint. With limited availability, you must call now. These historic dated gold coins are still in uncirculated condition with brilliant luster. That's anywhere from 117 to 144 years of history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-574-6468. Call now and you'll receive a free bonus, a $50 value free with every order. Call 1-800-574-6468 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-574-6468.
You give and you give. It's time to get with Straight Talk Wireless. You get a reliable 5G network and unlimited data and a Samsung Galaxy A14 included with the activation of a Silver Unlimited plan. So you can give your janky phone to your kid.
Switch to Straight Talk. Find us at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com. Requires in-store activation. Device offer ends 6/9/24. Taxes and fees apply.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
So, hey, it's Marty. You know, we're getting there. It's spring right here. It's going to get real windy. A lot of trees leaning over toward your house, leaning over in the yard. Tree branches in a precarious position. Here's what you got to do. You got to call my boy, Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Insane pricing. The best training. The best equipment. I've used Carlos at my house several times. And my neighbors. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-TREE.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Another sign that the U.S. labor market may be softening. Initial jobless claims last week, the highest since last August, 231,000. That includes several thousand linked to job cuts at Tesla. Now, on Wall Street today, that's being seen as a good thing, lifting investor confidence that with a slowdown in the U.S. labor market, the Federal Reserve will have to begin cutting interest rates sometime this year to help drive inflation lower. That's why right now the Dow is up nearly 0.5%, the S&P 0.25% higher, the Nasdaq a small fraction higher. Warner Brothers Discovery warning its 100 million streaming TV customers that it'll start charging more for its Max and Discovery Plus services next year. Meantime, that company is in talks with Disney about possibly offering a streaming bundle, one that includes Max, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Now, no info yet on when that'll be available or, of course, how much it'll cost consumers. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I have been intrigued, actually, by MetaConnect from day one. I met Brian. Did he found the business?
Yes. Yep.
And we kind of connected because I like how you help people. You really do. This is no joke. I'm not exaggerating. You guys work your asses off to help people.
Absolutely. Yes.
This is Lance O'Brien. So you said a couple things in the break. Tell me about the numbers of folks in this region who are kind of falling into this category. It's a crazy number.
Yeah, so I mean, 10,000 people a day are baby boomers who help build this country back, right? You know, big shout out to them. But 10,000 people a day are turning 65 between now and 2033. And the second highest concentration of that in the country is Allegheny County.
Whoa.
Crazy. Dade County, Florida is the only one more, and then Arizona, where Phoenix is third, but there's a lot of people in this area going through this.
And you also said something that's daunting. A lot of folks don't have a lot. Income, savings, kind of lay out your typical.
Yeah, so the average Social Security income these days is $1,760, right? Pensions aren't there like they used to be, right? You know, health care's not there from the pensions like it used to be, and the average senior has less than $50,000 in savings, right? So we're talking about, in the economy we're living in right now, trying not only to have a place to stay, put food on the table, right, but also be able to purchase prescriptions and get the health care that they're going to have confidence in. And again, we're passionate about this, right?
Man, I can
like,
tell.
we want people to have peace of mind about and getting the best thing they can for themselves.
So help me out. Under this is Lance O'Brien with MediConnect. So under the scenario you just laid out, I got $1,800 a month and $50,000 in savings. You can get me a plan that can provide health care for me.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, and some of the plans can be pretty phenomenal for you, right? Again, it's we're going to have to check. Your health's going to have something to do with it, right? You know, because prescriptions, I always say now, is the great separator, right? You know, the medical costs, all things being equal between the plans, is pretty similar. If you take a lot of expensive medications, thankfully, if you're in the scenario I just outlined, there's state programs that could help you, like PACE and PACEnet, which we also help people know if they qualify for those. We'll sign them up. We'll help them with that part of the process as well. But yeah, it's possible to get really good coverage on Medicare in that scenario, but you have to talk to somebody who knows what they're doing.
Because if you do it alone, you get screwed.
Yes.
Why?
Because most likely you're going to do what we all do. You're going to be a creature of habit, right? Creature of habit is I've always had company X, Y, or Z. I'm just going to call them and sign up. And what people don't realize is there's a massive difference between what a group health plan or a penny plan offers and what Medicare offers. Just because company X that you've had all your life was good for you during your working years doesn't mean at all that it's the best option when you retire.
Man, and so am I guaranteed medical coverage under Medicare?
You are guaranteed medical coverage under Medicare.
Are you?
Now, there is a couple decisions in there, not to get too deep in the weeds. If you don't make one of the decisions up front in your initial opportunity, you might not have access to that type of coverage down the road. But yes, you can always get coverage regardless of your medical issues in Medicare.
And what if guys, because guys are a pain in the ass and they're lazy, what do they just say, I'm just sticking with
truth?
It is true. My wife is not like this. She would make sure it was done. Why not just stay with what I have?
Well, a lot of times you can't unless you're working, right? So if you're not actively working at the age of 65, right, and you have health care through penny, you can't just keep the penny, right? If you have it through your employer, you might not necessarily be able to keep that. When you turn 65, if you're not actively working, that does have some ramifications. And that's why we do all the seminars. We do 120 seminars a year. If you're a year away from Medicare, that's really when we want to sit down and talk to you so that we can start building timeline, budget, compare coverage, do the needs analysis. It's where we do all that.
Oh, man. My boy Billy, one of my good friends, he's about the same age. He says, I've been paying out of my pocket for 10 years. He's a freelance editor, photographer. And it's a bargain. Why can't I continue to do that? Because he's going to turn 65.
Yeah, so my assumption is that he's got his coverage through penny. Right, which is ACA, the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
Well, he could keep that technically, but he would have to give up his tax credits if he's getting them. Right, so once you become Medicare eligible, you can't keep the because, like, again, if I'm getting $500 in tax credits on penny, they're not just going to keep letting me do that when Medicare is available, right? They're going to say, oh, you want that? Well, you'd have to lose your tax credits, and at that point in time, it's not cost effective at all.
So we're going to be joined at the hip. We're going over to the headquarters here today. We're going to shoot a bunch of videos. We're going to kind of use me as a guinea pig, in essence, to try and make our way through this. I think it's cool.
Yeah, we're going to do 7 weeks.
Nice.
We're going to start out with Medicare Made Miserable because, I mean, our whole thing is we want to make Medicare simple, but what we find is when people aren't with us, it's Medicare Made Miserable. So we're going to start there and really talk about the psychology of all of this. Then we're going to walk through what is original Medicare, how do I choose private insurance, how do I avoid penalties, right? What about my prescriptions? And we're going to give people a behind-the-scenes, bird's-eye look at what this process is like.
I love it, man. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, glad to be here. Excited to help everybody.
Lance O'Brien, MediConnect.
There's so much going on in the world.
Say the word and unlock the world.
I love listening on Alexa. It's on every smart speaker I have. Some rooms have more than one because my husband's obsessed with technology.
Tell your smart speaker to play News Radio, KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. That's why I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Cloudy and 61 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander. It turns out those were indeed tornadoes that came through our region in a very active weather night early on Wednesday. Storm teams confirmed last night there was one tornado in Allegheny County, one in Westmoreland County, and several in both Ohio and West Virginia. On the Big K Morning Show, AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg was asked if we're seeing more tornadoes in southwestern Pennsylvania.
It's not common for us to get them, but it's also not exceedingly rare either. But I think there's just been a little bit more incidence of it. And a lot of them are these small ones, these EF1s, EF2s. But, hey, if you got hit by it, you know, it was not small. It was big as you had damage as a result of it.
More stormy weather expected on Saturday, but Joe says it'll be nothing like we experienced earlier in the week. A tax relief proposal has passed the Pennsylvania Senate, and News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen has details.
Senate Bill 269 would lower the personal income tax from 3.07 to 2.8%. Along with eliminating the gross receipts tax, President pro tempore Kim Ward says the proposal adds up to a cut of $3 billion. Ward told KDKA Radio's Marty Griffn inflation is the motive for the measure.
You know, I go to the grocery store every week, a couple times a week, and I think, how can people who are on the edge afford to buy these products? This food is expensive.
Ward estimates the average family would save $250 in taxes annually.
So that is shoes for your kids. That could be a family's electric bill. That could be the family's paying for their kids to be in clubs and sports.
The bill was sent to the House of Representatives for consideration. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Allergy season is in full bloom in Pittsburgh, and News Radio KDK Susie Kuhl has more on how to deal with it.
After a mild winter, the spring allergies are coming in hot, especially with warmer weather over the last week or two. Dr. Bob Gorby, who's a board-certified allergist at Westmoreland Allergy and Asthma Associates, told the Big K Morning Show how to take care of your allergies if you're going through it right now.
First thing is to try to control the environment in as much as you can. And then the second thing would be pharmacotherapy or medications. And then the third thing, not having success with the others, are immunotherapy or allergy shots.
If pollen is really getting to you, limit your time outside or wear face coverings or wrap around sunglasses if cutting the grass. Susie Cole, News Radio KDKA.
A winning Cash 5 ticket sold in Westmoreland County is worth more than $2.6 million. Pennsylvania Lottery says the Cash 5 tickets sold from Wednesday's drawing will sold at Shop and Save on William Penn Highway in Murraysville. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 198 points. The NASDAQ up 43. The S&P 500 is up 18. KDK Sports, the Paul Skeens era will debut Saturday at 4 o'clock at PNC Park. He will be one of the hardest throwers in Major League Baseball history. Pirates open a 3-game series with the Cubbies starting tomorrow at 6:40. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, making life better one roof at a time. Trust PJ.com. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03.
Time to call Metropolitan Windows during their 46th anniversary sale. Save 30% off their full line of exclusive Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows. Call 412-655-8411. Cloudy and 61 degrees in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast together next.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
You love springtime in Pittsburgh, so don't spend it painting. Do what your neighbor Mike did. He called Rhino Shield.
Our home is basically a contemporary, and we just started noticing that the paint was just fading and just looked like garbage. We had received postcards from Rhino Shield, and we decided to take a look at it.
Rhino Shield ceramic technology is formulated for our unique climate right here in Pittsburgh.
The process with Rhino Shield and their crew, they were just very conscientious. We had problems in the past with painters. They leave debris and everything. Well, we didn't have that with Rhino Shield.
Way better than paint, backed by a 25-year warranty. And right now, get Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
The thing about the Rhino Shield, the heat gain has been reduced, and we save $70 a month. You don't hear that about any type of paint.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser in Genesis. What's up, Sam?
Hey, Marty. Looking at the Parkway West, we're seeing some slowdown on the inbound side right around Green Tree. Looking at the Parkway East going inbound, we're seeing some backup right around the Edgewood Swissvale exit. Over on the city side, we're seeing some backup on Fort Pitt Boulevard right around Smithfield Street. With AAA traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Mainly cloudy with rain at times and a high of 62, then cloudy tonight with occasional rain and drizzle, low 51. Remaining rather cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two and a high close to 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in to 1020 KDKA Radio for Medical Frontiers with Dr. Gerald Pfeiffer from the Allegheny Health Network every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Dr. Pfeiffer and his special guests will cover the information that you want to know about your health and the latest trends in medicine.
Get more for your valuables by coming to Treasure Hunt. Whether you're buying or selling gold and silver jewelry or coins, diamonds, sterling silver, or collectible coins, our friendly, well-trained staff is always ready to help. No appointment necessary. Stop in today and experience the Treasure Hunt difference for yourself. Visit our website at treasurehuntjewelry.com to find one of our 10 convenient locations. Treasure Hunt. No one treats you better.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
What's up, Marty? I'm here with Patrick and Ariana. The story that's irritated me most in the last month is this one. Look, we deal with big issues all the time. Heck, life and death stuff. We had our guy on this morning. We got him a kidney. Come on, that's life and death stuff. But this is emotional. And I have daughters, and this just gives me a rash. And before we get to Mom here, Patrick, let's give out that information. I want people to harass the Burgettstown School District. They harass this poor family. You put up something on the stream and you have the name and spell the district.
Yep, Burgettstown Area School District. Here's that phone number. It's 724-947-8136. One more time, 724-947-8136.
We want you to call them and ask them why they would harass a 14-year-old girl and throw her out of a dance. I'm serious, because that's what they did. It's just idiotic. Call them, 724-947-8136. Annoy them. Don't be rude. Just say, why would you throw a 14-year-old girl out of a dance? Seriously. 724-947-8136. Tell them that. And then please call me back. I want to know what they have to say. 724-947-8136. I've got Mom on the phone, and I love her. Hi, Mom. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fabulous. Well, Daisha, how long has it been now? 3 weeks?
Yeah, about.
And tell our listeners what they did to your daughter that irritates me here now 3 weeks later.
You want, like, the response I got?
No, I want to know what happened initially so people can kind of get as mad as I am.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's no problem. My daughter switched from Burgettstown High School, middle school, to a cyber school due to personal reasons and that she was not learning in that environment. But she went to a dance that she had gotten approval from the office for to go. There was about 30 minutes left to when her and her group were leaving. And the assistant principal tapped her on the shoulder and said that she was not allowed to be there and that she had to leave.
30 minutes left.
Whether she had a ride or not, she had to leave.
They kicked her out.
Yeah. So my daughter's friends' parents, because they all went as a group, they were leaving as a group, they came and picked her up. And, you know, they let them have it just like, you know, we did. In a respectful way.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
it's upsetting no matter what way you look at it. And I know there are people that just don't understand, but I'm not one to let my kids get trampled over and their rights just not, you know.
Well, first of all, so you wait 3 weeks, and these idiots, and I say that in the nicest way, didn't respond to you. They finally get back to you and start out by saying, you're wrong, lady. This dance is not an extracurricular activity, right?
Correct.
You're being jerks still.
I had to email 3 separate times and change the heading to follow-up attempt number 1, follow-up attempt number 2, and then by the third one, I finally got a response the day after the third email.
This is the kind of response they give to a concerned parent whose daughter's feelings were ripped apart.
Yeah, and I've been respectful. I've been nothing but, like, a kind human being. But even though I'm, like, super angry inside, but I simply just asked, here's in your handbook where it says that a dance is an extracurricular function. Now, they will deny this until the cows come home, but that's what your book says. So now I know they're going to start looking into this now.
Right.
But I said, I know she's going to want to come to dances in the future.
Right.
So how do we go about making this not happen again? Or do I need to attend a school board meeting to address the situation?
Right.
Because I'm not stopping. It's my kid. She has rights just like everybody else.
Right.
And I'm just not going to let you silence me with your stuff about, oh, well, we still maintain what we say, even though it's right in front of our faces, that it's not that way.
How about this? The district maintains that a dance is not an extracurricular activity. How the hell isn't it? Daisha, how?
Correct.
How?
That's what I don't understand. I said, well, in your book it says it is.
Come on, man.
So
But how
I guess
isn't it?
it
Play
doesn't
dumb,
matter.
Play dumb for me. How isn't it? Talk to me like I'm a third grader. How isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
Ariana, how is
I
this
sent
not?
him.
Huh?
I can't wrap my head
I
around
sent
it.
him. I sent him the picture of the handbook where it says that's what it is, but they still maintain what they said the first time.
Why though? Why do you think they're doing this out of spite? Because they don't like these cyber school
I
kids.
just don't.
Is that fair?
I think so, yeah, because honestly, if they had teachers who actually cared and taught what they were supposed to be being taught, in a safe environment,
Right.
which that school is not safe all the time,
Right.
you know, my kids would still be there.
Didn't they just kick a girl out of school there last year because she had pepper spray in her purse?
Yeah, prom.
Prom. Threw her out of the prom.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes on at that school that parents don't take public, whether it just be like to protect their kids' identity or just because they know they ain't going to win against the school. But you have to defend your kids. You can't make change without persistency.
How's your daughter?
She's doing wonderful.
Is she there today?
She is not. She's with her grandparents.
Aw, good for her.
Yeah.
Is she
Yeah.
going to keep fighting them? Like they're making these damn excuses saying she could come as a guest of another student. Will she do that?
So once we got that information so this doesn't happen in the future with prom
Right.
or with any other dance, as long as we go through the office to get a permission form, she will be allowed to attend.
Oh.
Now, I don't see how that's any different from what happened, but apparently next time we know not to get a voice approval, we have to actually have paperwork.
So hold on. This is new to me. So now they're saying that she can go to these events.
Yes.
Oh. So they admit they're
Yeah,
wrong.
and in the email, as long as she's a guest with somebody from Burgettstown, yes.
Oh, but she can't go as a Burgettstown student. On her own.
In their eyes, yes, because they don't consider her a student there. I still do because I don't care what school she's in. She's still in your district. You're still partly responsible for providing stuff for her.
Can you hang on?
Sure.
Yeah. I got to get our lawyer on this. I'm so annoyed by this. Thank you. Ask anyone in Mount Lebanon. I don't raise hell at the school district ever. But I will raise hell in Burgettstown because this gives me a rash. And they won't return an email or phone call, nothing. What kind of school district is that? I sent 3 emails to the superintendent. He didn't even respond with, go to hell, leave me alone. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty. Looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, Parkway West inbound slowing down right around Green Tree. Looking at the Parkway East going inbound, we're seeing a little bit of backup right after the Edgewood Swissvale exit. Over on the city side, we are seeing some backup on Fort Pitt Boulevard right after Smithfield Street. With AAA traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people. Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Breathe easy.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Coons Markets, quality is the standard.
It's throughout every one of Coons' 8 stores.
Quality on every shelf.
Every aisle.
And in every Coons Market department.
Quality is also something you'll always experience from all of the friendly associates at Coons Market.
Morning, Mrs. Smith. Here, let me help you with that select cut of beef.
While the quality standards at Coons Market are high, Coons prices are not. This week's specials include...
From the Coons Meat Department, USDA Choice Semi-Boneless Ribeye Steaks, just $11.99 per pound. Surprise Mom with a special Mother's Day large chocolate chip message cookie from the Coons Bakery, only $14. And this week's selected varieties of Stone Ridge Creamery Ice Cream, 40-ounce cartons are on sale, 2 for $7.
Lots of savings.
Coons always gives you quality on every item with savings you can see on your Coons reward card.
Shop at one of Coon's 8 store locations or shop online at coonsmarket.com for convenient curbside pickup.
Coons Market.
A Pittsburgh tradition.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GIFT for an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code GIFT.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
For me, it's about this is vindictive. What Burgettstown's doing is that they're hacked off because these parents who are disgusted with their performance at Burgettstown, which is what I would do, by the way. I'd take my kids out of the school, and they cyber school them because they wanted them to succeed. Well, what happens is Burgettstown, which is kind of a suffering district, mediocre at best in terms of scores and performance, they get annoyed because it takes money out of their pocket. So what they're doing here is trying to punish this wonderful woman and her daughter because in their minds, they're taking money out of the Burgettstown School District. Wouldn't you agree? That's what they're trying to do. They're envious. They're angry because they think you're stealing from them, right?
Yeah, they don't like when anybody goes to cyber school. I mean, they try their hardest to get you to stay there and figure out what's wrong and all the support they offer, but it's not what we see, and it's not what goes.
By just participating because you want to participate in an activity that they're supposed to allow you to participate in.
Right.
And they really have had no compassion about this, have they?
No.
Are you surprised by that?
Not really, no.
Wow.
Which is sad, but yeah, no.
I'm
sad at how they handled the whole situation. I'm more mad, actually.
Yeah.
But having to email somebody over and over and over when their job is to reply to parents and solve issues, that is kind of just like baffling to me. Like, you're the head of this school. Why can't you return an email?
Why can't you be courteous?
I feel like all I wanted was an explanation. I wanted to know what her rights are, what we have to do to prevent this from happening again, because it's going to come up again. And I'm sure my daughter is not going to be the only one this ever happens to.
Oh, there's no way.
But that is just not an option in my book to let this happen again.
No,
so I just wanted to nip it in the bud. I was trying to be nice.
Right.
I was courteous the entire time with my emails, even though I was like super frustrated. But I'm not one to lash out on somebody.
Right.
So the fact that I did get somewhat of an explanation, I will never expect an apology because that will never happen. But the fact that they're still saying they're maintaining what they say baffles me when it's in black and white.
Yeah, the first line in their response is the district maintains that a dance is not an extracurricular activity. Hold on a second, all right? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Vicki, go ahead.
Hey, I called that school. First time I called was the superintendent.
Yeah.
I got a voicemail, of course.
Yeah.
Then the assistant superintendent got a voicemail. Then I went to like a secretary or whomever.
Yeah.
She said, we've never heard about this.
Oh.
I said, come on. It's been on the radio. It's been everywhere.
Right.
She said, well, what was that about? And I went through the whole story.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I will pass this on to the superintendent or whoever. And she took my phone number.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it'll come through anyway or not, but I tried.
God bless you. It's a crappy way to treat people, is it not, Vicki?
Oh my God, yes. If it was me at that age at a dance, and somebody came up and said, "You got to go." Oh my God, it'd be. I can't even tell you how upset I would be, how embarrassed and everything. But I tried.
Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome, honey.
Ariana, explain this. For a 14-year-old girl, how much this would mean and how much this would hurt.
I mean, she's looking forward to this dance all of her middle school.
Right.
All these years, that's all people talk about are these dances. They're, fictionalized like movies. And that's all these little girls look forward to. And again, like me and Patrick were saying, all the time and prep energy that goes into just to prepare for this day. And then she's there already enjoying it. And then gets ripped out in the middle of the dance.
Yeah. Plus, it's a very sensitive time for a young girl.
Absolutely.
And young girls don't like a lot of people staring at them.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
And this creates kind of a frenzy of anger.
Yeah, so they created more of a scene that there was no scene. There was no issue. She was having fun with her friends dancing, and they created an issue.
Real quick, that's Phil DeLucente. I want to grab him real quick. Because he's irritated as hell, too. And he's the wrong guy to get irritated. Phil DeLucente, one of the best there is. Phil, this bothers you the way it bothers me, doesn't it, sir?
Absolutely, Marty. I mean, extracurricular activities, as it was proven before, it's defined in the handbook from the mother's testimony or statement.
Right.
So it would seem to me that this is patently unfair, and I have to talk to the mother with regards to what steps were taken pursuant to the last interview.
Right. You don't like to litigate, but this has you bothered, does it not, sir?
Well, I've litigated a lot, but I don't like to litigate when it could just be resolved by using common sense and, the definitions that are previously utilized. So, people that are laymen, you shouldn't have to be a lawyer to understand the law or understand a handbook. And it seems to me that we're really, slicing hairs here. And let's do what's in the children's best interest. Isn't that what you always hear, the children's best interest?
Hey, Phil.
Right.
Phil has Phil, so people understand, he's not some babe in the woods here. You have a background with school districts, sir. Please. Do you not?
I do, and we have together when we helped a young man in Fox Chapel that made world news, and another young lady that wanted to go to a dance, and she's in a vocational portion of the school. So, this is not something that hasn't been addressed before, and we're hopeful now that the school year is soon to be over that for, the students, as Mom had said before, for students in the future, that they take a hard look at this over the summertime and perhaps change it.
Hey, Phil, are they just being spiteful because of the money issues? They lose money because of these cyber kids?
I wouldn't go that far. I don't know enough, but I know that whenever the vouchers didn't come through for, there was a lot of pressure from various entities, and we're always going to have this issue because a lot of people want to send their children to schools, cyber school, what have you, and they want, they pay school taxes, so they want it paid for. So that's going to be a long-running issue. But, who knows what happens in the back room.
So, Daisha, we got Phil involved. We're not giving up on this, all right, young lady?
Yes, sir. Neither have I.
We love you. Thanks, Phil. You're the man.
Okay, see you guys.
All right. Ridiculous. So all of it's ridiculous in my book. Thank you, young lady. We are not.
Thank you. You have a great day.
Thank you for caring.
Of course.
Love her. Love moms like that. I love that she's not obnoxious. I love that she's not a screamer. And I love that she calls balls and strikes and knows this is wrong and that this has to be resolved. Right? Right. Thanks, folks.
Ever had your singing lessons cut short by icy water?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Say goodbye to those cold notes with Navien tankless water heaters. With Navien, you'll hit all the right notes without the surprise chill. So keep singing and let Navien keep the hot water flowing. And get ready for the encore when you get your utility bill. Navien tankless water heaters. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com.
If you want jazz music, go to New Orleans. Bagels, New York. And for psychics, think California Psychics. You want the best, you go to the best. At California Psychics, home of free spirits and open minds, we know better than anyone what makes a good psychic. That's why we guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Andy Amrine here for my favorite sustainable gardening product, Pit Moss. Better Homes and Gardens named Pit Moss the #1 overall potting and peat-free soil. It's lightweight and requires 2/3 less water. For beautiful plants, buy Pit Moss at your local hardware or garden center.
Voss TV and Appliance. I know how good they are. They've been in my house. We have several other appliances. They've been to Larry's house. He loves them. Look, if you're looking for a new appliance, a new television, why pick Voss? It's the only place you'll ever need. They're small enough to treat you like family and big enough to offer an array of quality TVs and appliance. Voss TV and Appliance, big brands, reliable delivery and service, and the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Trust Voss. 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS.
The KDKA mobile news fleet is driven by Jim Shorkey Kia, North Huntington, Wexford, and Uniontown. Visit ShorkeyKia.com today.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It's cloudy and 61 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. There's a bill headed to Governor Shapiro's desk that could ban handheld cell phone use while driving. News Radio KDKA Susie Cool has more.
PA is poised to become the 27th state to ban handheld cell phone use while driving. State Rep Ed Nielsen gave KDKA Radio some stats as to why this has to happen.
In 2023, DUIs, 7,300 crashes in Pennsylvania, but 10,500 crashes involving distracted driving. This is due to a whole lot of things, but cell phone use is one of them.
Wednesday, House Democrats announced the bill has passed both chambers of the General Assembly and is headed to the governor's desk to be signed into law. Susie Cool, News Radio, KDKA.
It turns out those were indeed tornadoes that came through our region in a very active weather night early Wednesday. Storm teams confirmed last night there was one tornado in Allegheny County, one in Westmoreland, and two in Ohio and West Virginia. On the Big K Morning Show, AccuWeather meteorologist Joe Lundberg was asked, we're seeing more tornadoes in southwestern Pennsylvania over the last couple of years.
It's not common for us to get them, but it's also not exceedingly rare either. But I think there's just been a little bit more incidence of it. And a lot of them are these small ones, these EF1s, EF2s. But, hey, if you got hit by it,
Right.
it was not small. It was big as you had damage as a result of it.
More stormy weather is expected on Saturday, but Joe does say nothing like we experienced earlier in the week. A Winning Cash 5 ticket sold in Westmoreland County is worth more than $2.6 million. The Pennsylvania Lottery says the Cash 5 tickets sold from Wednesday's drawing were sold at Shop and Save on William Penn Highway in Murraysville. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 242 points, the NASDAQ up 42, the S&P 500 is up 19. KDK Radio News Time is 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Hi, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland with some exciting news for baseball enthusiasts over 50. Have you heard about the Senior Slugger Program? It's a partnership between AARP Pennsylvania and the Washington Wild Things. Here's the deal. You can get 8 complimentary tickets for every Wednesday home game this season, and thanks to Burke's Food, hot dogs for $1. All you have to do is fill out the registration form at PAAARP@aarp.org. Batter up.
Hey guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K., the man. Okay, the lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year, Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The lot and Hofstadt's. JK delivers. Great stuff. John Perry is one of my close friends. He's also one of the best attorneys in the country. Medical malpractice, catastrophic injury, Rosen and Perry. Look at the results, man. Look at the accolades. I've had family members go there. I've had friends go there because of their success. Serious about this. They are the professionals. Rosen and Perry. 412-281-4200. Rosen and Perry. Call them. Ask for John. 412-281-4200. Folks, Marty, don't wait till the end of May for Memorial Day savings. My friend Robert Levin and Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores, they have a huge early Memorial Day going on right now. Save up to 50% on outdoor furniture and new collections. Plus, get an extra 25% off of everything. There's also 5 years special financing. No money down. Minimum purchase, $24.99. Levin Furniture and Mattresses. Tell them Marty sent you.
A car is never just a car. Kelley Blue Book knows it's so much more than that. It's your commuting chariot, your road trip refuge, your I just need a reason to get out of the house. Your car is there for everything. And for everything car, there's Kelley Blue Book. Need a new set of wheels? Price it on Kelley Blue Book. Problem under the hood? Fix it with Kelley Blue Book. Can another car do the job better? Trade it or sell it on Kelley Blue Book. We're here mile after mile, moment after moment. Price it, fix it, trade it, sell it. KBB.com it. Visit KelleyBlueBook.com to get the journey started.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. Your coworker Kyle said bundling home and auto insurance with Progressive could save you money. Bad news. While saying this, Kyle was eating your clearly labeled lunch. Dumb news. Pizza near work costs $7 a slice, and it tastes like drywall covered in ketchup. Great news. You decide to see if you could save money bundling at Progressive.com and enjoy more lunches far away from Kyle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty. The Parkway West inbound slowing down right around Green Tree, and then looking at the Parkway East going inbound, we're seeing a little bit of backup right after the Edgewood Swissvale exit. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Cloudy and cooler than recent days with rain at times and a high of 62. Some rain and drizzle at times tonight, though 51. Mostly cloudy and cool tomorrow with a shower or two and a high around 60. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Folks on social media ask me that there's more to the story in Burgestown. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. It's why I'm asking you to call them. Period. Because I want them to answer the question why they screwed around this 14-year-old girl. And why we're giving out their number. So you can annoy them. And I mean that in the nicest way. And their number is. So here's what I want you to do. Call Burgettstown, the school district. 724-947-8136. We have it on, Patrick, you got it up on all our social media, right?
Board.
You got to push that button.
This one doesn't work. Across the board, it's on all of our socials, X, Facebook, Instagram. Phone number, 724-947-8136. Give them a call.
And ask them, why would you kick a 14-year-old girl out of a dance? Why would you kick a 14-year-old girl out of a dance? And then call me back, 866-391-1020. Again, the number, 724-947-8136. Ask them, why would you kick a 14-year-old girl out of a dance? And then call me back. Let me know what they had to say. I sent 3 different emails to the superintendent. Not even a no-comment response. Not even a letter from their lawyer. Hey, my wife went up to the attic yesterday, and there's bees in the attic. Is there some kind of, what do I do with that? Just spray them or look for a hive or what? I have no idea. I was trying to get Andy Amron, but he's in a meeting. There has to be some way of doing this, right? Patrick?
Marty, were it bees, wasps, yellow jackets? What are we talking here?
Exactly.
You don't know?
No, man. I gotta go up
I mean, I just put a big, one of those yellow jacket traps out in my backyard because we've got a couple of nests that popped up.
Yeah, I don't know. But Andy's not available, so I'm just going to beat the hell out of them with something and try to get the bees killed. So, today, in North Versailles, or Versailles, depending on where you went to school, they're opening this Amazon facility. And basically, Patrick, it's a big facility where they get all their packages and distribute them, right?
Yeah. Is this the one that that they lost out on in
Monroeville?
Yep. What was it? Edgewood?
Yep.
Churchill.
Yeah, right on the way to Monroeville, right there on the right. The big, massive old
the old Westinghouse facility. Yep.
That's why I love Patrick. He's a smart man. That's why I'm annoyed by this. So, what happened in Churchill, Monroeville, whatever you want to call it, massive piece of property sitting there empty. The old farts, and this is the truth, they didn't want any noise from trucks. They didn't want smog pollution. So they rallied and killed this project. Now, that is a massive piece of nothing. Been vacant for at least 20 years.
Full of asbestos, rodents.
Yep.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
A multi-million-dollar mess to clean up, too.
And Amazon said, we'll pay up to $200 million to remodel this place. The trucks will never go in the neighborhood. We'll put up sound barriers.
They were going to get their own ramp built from the parkway, so it would never even have to go into the neighborhood.
Right.
Nah.
Create 1,000 jobs. And by the way, right now, it's one of the poorer school districts in the region because it's all old people. Mm-hmm. There's no construction. There's no development. So the old farts, by the way, this is the same thing they do on Mount Washington. It's why you can never build on Mount Washington. It's why Mount Washington is a couple buildings that are nice, and then everything behind it, they got drug problems, they got crime problems. Okay, you name it, they've got it. Because these old people don't want to be hassled. But for the old folks, their property value declines rapidly because no one wants to live in Churchill or any area surrounding the old Westinghouse plant. It's a fact, Jack. So they said, to hell with you, Amazon. And Amazon packed up and moved to North Versailles. And right now, they're having a grand opening. Nearly 1,000 jobs, well over $100 million investment into North Versailles. And Churchill, Jack, squat. You want to see something sad? When I was young, all of my friends in high school were Italian. And a lot of them were members at the Churchill Country Club. Now it's a bunch of weeds and vacant properties because they shut it down. And the whole area surrounding it, property values have been decimated. Why? Because the folks in Churchill didn't want to grow. Because the folks in Churchill didn't want change. What's my point? When you don't care, they don't care. And what be happening in communities with a lot of folks who dig in is they'd rather be poor. They just would. In How do I know this? Because they are. And anyone new that comes in, get rid of them. Any different idea, get rid of it. Folks, there is a building near the incline on Mount Washington that's been vacant for nearly 50 years. I'm not exaggerating. There have been plans over the years to put a Ritz-Carlton in there. Hotel, schwanky. Over the years, there was one plan to put a Four Seasons hotel, in there. Gone. That building has been vacant for nearly 50 years because every single time they try, the old farts on Mount Washington say to hell with you. Okay. And the developers and the money guys go away. When old areas get older, that's not a good thing. Look, I'm an old guy, but as you heard Lance from MediConnect say, only Dade County, Florida, has more people turning 65 at a higher pace than this region. Only one county in America. Pittsburgh, the city, surrounding areas are in decline. And the more we say no, the more these big companies like Amazon say hell no. Folks, shutting it down because you're annoyed you might hear a truck is not the plan. Saying no to something that creates enormous change. And for Churchill in that area, it would have provided nearly $3 million a year in tax revenue for a failing school district. Now, they got nothing. And North Versailles has a massive new facility with nearly 1,000 jobs. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser and Genesis. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty. We're seeing some backup on the Parkway West inbound right around Green Tree. And then looking at the Parkway East inbound, we're seeing a little bit of backup right after Edgewood Swissville. And then on the outbound side, we'll see a little bit of backup on the Parkway East near the Greenfield Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Pittsburgh CLO presents Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill at the newly renovated Greer Cabaret Theater. Discover the life and music of Billie Holiday. The time is 1959. The place is a seedy bar in Philadelphia. The audience is about to witness one of Billie Holiday's last performances. Pittsburgh CLO's Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill. May 17th through June 30th at the Greer Cabaret Theater. For tickets, visit pittsburghclo.org.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing, together millions of things for our planet. Earth Day is April 22nd. Keep hazardous materials such as paints, motor oil, and pharmaceuticals out of local landfills and out of the water supply. Look for proper disposal locations or chemical pickups in your city to dispose of these items properly. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
KDKA, covered by Rhino Shield. Looks like paint and lasts for decades with a 25-year warranty.
Hey, folks, sitting here with